right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Sacred Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
It's the 6 o'clock check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello.
Hello!
It's that static AM radio.
It's the Cool Ben Red Hot Nielsen Show. Let's go. Daddy lights. Everybody's tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and log in with some sirloin bites. Daddy lights.
Friday morning with the AM Nasty. What's going on, everybody? Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you. Trev, can you bump my phones up just a little bit more? I think somebody's messing around with everything in here last night. I think there was a phantom of EST last night.
Yeah, the microphone is a little askew.
Yeah. Well, and this board was shut off. This monitor was unplugged. The one computer on the far side that Trev uses was completely shut down. It's never usually shut down. I know Matty Wanek was messing around with the internet here yesterday afternoon, so I'm assuming he was probably dabbling in a bunch of different little
But
things.
that's a lot. It smells like Zach.
Is this a Zacticum thing?
Getting back here at 1 a.m. and kind of punking everybody around or something.
Sneaking in
Hey?
and being like, this will be funny, and turns this off, even though I just have to turn it back on. My goodness. Happy church, everybody. Chin Strap Awareness Month begins. Lieutenant Eric, what do you think?
Looking good.
this thing.
That's how long did that take then to just to shave in?
Yeah, I shaved it in last night. You got to be, when you're putting in a good chin strap like this, you got to take your time. Got to make sure it looks good. Cut my face a little bit right here. Can't tell, though. It is just a little nick. But I felt pretty good about it when it was all said and done. I'm back, baby. I never feel as good as I feel when I have a chin strap. It's freeing. It's very much freeing.
You are kind of our church marshal, I would say.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah.
You spearheaded this program. You have the wedding photos. And I just think I speak for everyone. You pull off a good church. You do.
Trev said the same thing today. Trev, your first time ever
natural.
seeing me with a chin strap. What'd you think?
Yeah, I noticed it right away. I think not a lot of people can pull it off, but you
thanks,
can.
Trev.
You actually can. It looks pretty solid, Dusty.
You guys got my charged confidence level through the roof right now.
Should be, yeah.
It's really nice.
Well, we're trying to eliminate the stigma, right?
Exactly. And the stigma around chin straps with Chin Strap Awareness Month. Happy church, everyone. I do my part. Will you do yours? And by that, I mean, back in the day when you had one, post pictures of it. It's okay. We're okay. You felt good about it at the time. There's no reason to be embarrassed now that you used to have a chin strap. What's the difference? What's the deal? So Trev has a great mustache. That everybody's like, oh my God, amazing mustache. What's wrong with an amazing chin strap? As I tweeted last night, a great picture of Dwayne Johnson in Calgary Stampede training camp days with an excellent chin strap. And look what happened to him. Look how successful he became The Rock, and is probably a billionaire right now. That all started with a chin strap in CFL training camp.
Taking a step.
Yes.
Putting a foot forward.
End the stigma. Tell your friends. It's Chin Strap Awareness Month. We have an anthem for that.
Somebody once told me that I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool, the ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap, get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap, coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charge if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap's straight fire, how about yours? You're just so popular you never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap, get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap, coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge.
I'm just so happy that's been released for another month. And you know, I'm just happy Sportball. Sportball totally signed up for this just to get that Church song sponsorship. They had to have.
It's good because there's a lot of things that we couldn't play. Making the move, right? Eyes.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there.
But not this. You ain't touching the Church anthem, I'll tell you that. It comes close, but it doesn't go across the copyright line.
It's here forever.
Yeah.
You want the best possible way to get your kids started in sports? It's Sportball. Your kid will have a smile on their face as they learn multiple sports. Visit www.sportball.ca for more info on all the programs they offer. And right now, all the summer programs are available. So if you're looking to put your kid in a camp for a week or something in summer, find it now at sportball.ca. Also, when your child is old enough to start growing facial hair, I think you probably have a good sit-down chat with them about, hey, what do you think about this look? Here's Mr. Nielsen for the last 20 years in the month of March.
Show a few swatches, you know.
Chin Strap Awareness Month.
This is him at his wedding. This is him.
Chin Strap Awareness Month. Yeah. My God, I love it. George Delgado's in it, says, let's talk soccer. No, we will not talk soccer. But Eric will talk soccer if we don't get 100 likes immediately.
I will not. Nobody cares, though. It's a Matthew Iwanek thing. Nothing to do with me. Oilers, and of course, Toronto Maple Leafs trade that doesn't really matter, but everybody's freaking out about it. Oh, it matters, baby. It matters.
That's great. I can't wait to talk more about the Lyubushkin trade.
The Lyubushkin deal heard around the world. Another 3-team trade. Hey,
imagine sitting there and being like, "Oh man, we missed out on Tanev. We better trade for the most disappointing defenseman available." Congratulations.
See, that's what happens when you miss out on a guy like Tanev. Then you go after a guy like Lyubushkin. Now it's going to be hailed as, well, maybe they know something that we don't.
No, they don't. Everybody knows what Lyubushkin is.
Well,
I saw Leafs fans who weren't even happy with this thing. So that's you know what? I'll say this: he'll fit right in on their blue line.
Look, we'll twist it some way. Hey, ooh, yeah.
A spicy boy today. A spicy boy today, indeed. It's when you have a chin strap, you just are edgier.
I think
you're just
so.
edgier
Yeah,
when you have a chin strap. I give no Fs today. None. What do you think about that? You want a clip from the vault? Let me know.
Yeah.
We'll hit it up. 6 o'clock hour is completely wide open.
5839.
If you don't send us clips from the vault that you want us to play, we're going to have to talk about the Leafs trade. And we don't want to talk about the Leafs
Now
trade.
That's the threat for a Friday.
Yeah.
There you go. 500 likes.
If
by
you
6:30.
don't give us 500 likes in the next 3 minutes, we will spend 3 hours today talking about Lyubushkin with salary retained. Also, Ken Holland, guess what? Teams are out there retaining salary. Pull the trigger, my man. Not going to happen for a while. But there's only a week left. A week from today. Trade deadline day. Full coverage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Extended coverage, obviously, on trade deadline day. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun this morning and next week and all of next week and, of course, next Friday. We don't have to pick numbers. We don't have to pick random numbers. I've got a lot of the old vault clips just kind of kicking around here. We'll get into a few of those. I've got the top 10 sounds from 2013 to 2019. Do we want one of those?
Play them all, Joe.
Let's see here. What do we got the Randall Grichuk home run song. That was always a good one.
He rock a strap for some time. I'm sure he had one day. Eh? He did.
Yeah, I could see
Why
it.
not?
I mean,
I swear I saw him once sport one.
Of all the sports that would promote the chin strap the most and probably be the most to hop behind and support Chin Strap Awareness Month, it would be baseball, right? It would have to be baseball. Look at Kikuchi this year. And if you go and Google Yu Darvish chin strap, it's excellent. David Ortiz, Big Papi himself, the original Big Papi, not this fraud of a Big Papi that we
Darvish walked so Kikuchi could run in a sense here. This is that's how you see this kind of cascade through the generations, right? You do it, now Marshall will be doing it, and
you know what Chin Strap Awareness Month needs? It needs an Ohtani. An Ohtani chin
that
strap.
would be, yeah.
That's
really
that's
lay down
what
the
it
marker.
needs.
Really pop.
That's what it needs this morning. Guys, I need the Cavisry pump-up song. Big day at work today. I need it. Well, that's something we're worried about playing because I feel like we might get hit with the copyright there. But YouTube does confuse me a little bit because when we play our parodies, we do get like a little warning, but it says as long as the channel's not monetized, nothing will really happen.
We're using some original audio in that, unfortunately. We got to get the Whale and the Wolf Boys to do their cover. Record that, smack it down, and then we can just...
Yeah, but don't you think like Cavis Reed yelling at the top of his lungs over top of a song like changes it a little bit?
Just a beat.
YouTube Trev, you're a YouTube guy. Like how's this work?
Well, it just depends on the song, but like if you're not monetized, you're not going to get, because you're not getting ads or you're not getting any revenue through AdSense, and so you won't get strike because you're in the clear as long as you're not making money. But if we were making money off the channel, we did decide to monetize it, then we'd get a strike.
So
for
do you
doing that.
think
Play the song.
Do you think we could play whatever we wanted until we decide to click monetize on the channel? And
that's
or
what
is it still a little sketchy?
I have, that's kind of what I do, and I haven't got like I get warnings, but like they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna. You might get a warning, but that's about it. I don't think you're gonna get a strike.
The only thing that's ever happened to us so far is when we do Tales of the North. That bed that we play has a video banned in Russia.
And that's
it. That's the only
what
thing
it
that
will
we've
be
done.
like all the time. I'm pretty sure.
I'm this close to playing the Cavisry Pump-Up song today and just seeing what happens.
Do it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what happens.
Nothing will happen.
You don't think anything will happen?
No, right? We just
I don't think anything
he
will
said
happen.
nothing will happen.
You don't
Yes,
think
we
anything
said no.
happened
Play
either?
the song.
Well, let me think about it. I mean, that's oh boys, I'm nervous now. Like, do we? Let me see here if I. Oh, there it is. Oh, I got the Cavis Reed "What Say You" remix too. Oh, there's some good Cavis content that we left behind, isn't there? What say you? I like TQ Salas, and it says no one from YouTube is watching this early.
No.
That's a good one as well. Savage the Plumber says that could mean Creed Tuesdays. We gotta dive into the minutia. Is that what it is? The minutia on this. Is that the little things? Is
The
that
deal.
The deal on that? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Belaneski says Dusty plays the song Monday morning. There's no more EST YouTube. But man, we would have loved it. I mean, it
worth
would
it.
have been a great moment.
Go out on a high.
Box Pounder is in and says the anniversary of Ohtani. Ohtani Jet, never forget. Oh man, Ohtani Jet already, eh?
We're already at a 1 year anniversary.
Three-month anniversary. 3 month anniversary.
Man, that was a fast
God,
year.
my goodness. John T. Victoria says, who is in charge of adult things at EST? That's a very good point.
HR the daddy. I would. Right?
I feel like this
Ask HR daddy if he can play the song. He won't know what you.
full-blown
Yes.
scolding from Matthew Iwanek when he comes in today. If we played the Cavisry pump-up song and we get like a note on YouTube. Mind you, when we do get the warnings on YouTube, it just says there will be no claim because the channel is not monetized.
That's
So,
what Trev said. Play the song.
I don't
You
know.
asked him. He said it's fine. You seem to think it's fine. Just play the song. Who cares? It's Friday. It's church. You can always say, well, it's church one. Were we not supposed to do that?
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid about 75 pounds on the basketball court against a neighborhood bully, kicking his behind left, right, and center. And when it was all said and done, he was a little bit upset, so he punched me in the mouth. My uncles were over on the side observing, talking amongst themselves adult things. When he punched me in the mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. You know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back, he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle looking for protection. Needing big bro to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eye. And I said, my uncle's not gonna help me. So I punched him in the face. And then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you gonna do?
You're simply the best.
Oh, what have I done? What have I done?
First step into the abyss. How does it feel, chin strap? Day one.
Oh, man, this
that's
is
what I
it.
said. You can't lack the confidence now. Somebody mentioned in the nasty chat. You got to kind of.
Exactly. You know, it was Jen who said. Jen called, like, I think it was Jen who said, you grow a chin strap, you get all nervous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see this right here? This isn't intimidated by anybody.
Especially not YouTube.
No, exactly.
The suits at YouTube for
Yeah.
crying out loud.
You think YouTube's important? I got a U on my face. Okay, let's go. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We don't have an official strike yet. I think you get a few of those anyway. So we threw one out there. Threw one out there. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
What do we waste our next strike on? 780-218-9999.
Oh man.
As I said to somebody, I think Creed would be an altar bridge too far in this little experiment. Would you not say? Hey, maybe start with an Eyes remix or something. Hey,
Barry texts in and says a quick Google search shows that non-monetized channels can still get strikes for copyright. Well, damn it! Where was that text 10 minutes ago? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how
It's
it plays out.
6:18 Mountain Time. Somebody said nobody's listening from YouTube anyways at this hour.
Plus, the entire world's focused on the Labushkin trade anyway.
Now's the time to play these things.
So it doesn't even matter. Paul is in and says Connor Brown is gonna score now. Well done.
That's what it took.
So we do have the Connor Brown Off the Schneid song that Jonty sent us yesterday. He sent a little bit of an updated version today. Also says he feels like it would be best being played after he scores. And I threw it out there. I think the Twitter vote says we should play it today. But I think I'm going to respect Jonty's wishes here.
It's his baby.
Especially with 2 games this weekend. If we were to play it today and then he scored this weekend, we'd be like, oh, it helped. But if we didn't play it and he scored this weekend, Monday morning show is going to be off the rails.
It's like Coach Iwanek on the bench with a Dutch Master cigar. Hey, you got to dangle it. You got to make him want it.
Yes.
If you use it now, then what? You're all out of options.
This text is in. It says Spieth Sandstorm remix, and I will ascend to the heavens. Not today. I'm already nervous.
Ooh.
I'm already nervous. Spruce Grove Corey is in. It says, has anything bad ever happened when playing the Cavis Reed pump up song? It's a really good point.
I think we can get away with one more ditty before the 6 o'clock
Eric,
hour is
please.
out. Come on,
Eric,
it's charge
listen,
1, man.
I might be a risky boy with the chin strap, but I also have to be responsible. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. This could be your text of the day right here. Hit us up. Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Go see our friends at PJ's. They'll look after you if you're looking for something shiny. They've got you covered. 22 locations for this Canadian and family-owned company all across the country. You can hop online, www.parisjewelers.com. Flexible financing options mean you don't have to pay until 2025 if you don't want to. So that's a nice one. That's a nice one right there. 780-218-9999. The paddle boat is in, trying to take a run at the A&W text of the day today. The spicy piri piri buddy burger, $3.99. $3.99. Limited time only. Tell your buddies about the spicy piri piri buddy. Got all the veggies, spicy piri piri sauce, which is what really makes a piri piri buddy.
Get that kick.
And then you can get it on the hash brown patty, the beef patty, or the chicken patty. Only available at A&W. Paddleboat says, why wasn't Holland in on Labushkin? Damn it. Good. I like that. Whistle Dog is in and says, Ilya Labushkin is the piece the Leafs need if they're going to bust in the first round this year. Whistle Dog coming in strong today.
Seems right.
Yeah, the Leafs have put together the final piece of the first round collapse. That is just a few months away. So Whistle Dog sliding in there hot today. I like it. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. This is a good one. This is a text from a first time person who's labeled themselves as the Drifty Gypsy. I'll throw their name on that one.
I'm listening.
Morning, boys. Yeah, you immediately had our attention at Drifty Gypsy.
Go on.
Morning, boys. Was thinking for the Estes morning song would be amazing. This is the 6 o'clocker check-in. Amazing live performed by the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra with a live choir. It's a slapper. Can you imagine that? I want to see the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra do an Edmonton Sports Talk night where they just play like 15 of our songs. They do Charch. They do all of it, the whole thing.
How does that Cavis, the whole monologue part? Who's doing that, right?
Well, your brother probably.
Oh, they'd bring him in. Yeah, he wears tux. Yeah.
He has experience.
The whole
with
choir and the symphony getting together for the big chorus, though. That take me there.
Strubby's in and says, "Go for it, Dusty. Nobody's gonna mess with you. You're strapped." That is good. I am strapped this month.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Tam. I got this. I'm strapped.
Just clicking on that hashtag Charch on Twitter brings up some
memories.
Oh boy, Travis Yeski, March 19, 2020, and he's got the old W on the chin with the strap and kind of the pitchforks coming up there. I mean, he's really going into some prime detail. Yeah,
real nice.
If you got one, remember, add the hashtag Charch so you can be collected in the photo album here.
Right. I put one in for the month, but all we're asking for you is to post pictures of when you had one to help end the stigma.
Ortiz, LeBron, Lewis Hamilton, all the big players coming out to play.
We're talking goats.
Yes.
Like, we're talking goats. LeBron. Lewis Hamilton.
Here's you in the scrum with Rashad.
That was a great one.
That side profile, you get that jaw.
You should definitely retweet that one.
It's out there,
That was real nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys, can I get a conch for my son in grade 12 who just won gold in the Wrestling City Finals? Now provincials next weekend. What? Congratulations. Burglars in and says, there was a Leafs trade? Why didn't it wake up to 50 notifications on my phone? This is weird. It's because I don't think Leafs folks want you to know about the deal, to be honest with you.
They're working on it. They're working on the spin. The spin factory's going all night, and by noon today, you should
trying to get that figured out.
You should know why it was the best deal and better than the Tanev deal. They'll find a way.
Guys, can I get a birthday conch for Big Shoots? Been a while since we texted in. Love the new show. From the sauce, mullet, fingernails, and Big Shoots.
Yes.
Oh, boys. Yes. And of course, you can listen now on iHeart. You can listen to TuneIn. You can listen on iHeartRadio. Apparently, our iHeart channel sounds absolutely terrific. So if you've not checked that out yet, download the free iHeart app. You can listen to it online. iHeart there as well. You can always listen at edmontonsportstalk.com as well. Jason and Andrea in this morning, listening live from the Chili's in the airport. Oh, my God.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, get the quesadilla. Get the chicken bacon ranch quesadilla. I've had that for breakfast before.
Sure.
It's delicious.
Time doesn't matter there.
On the way to Mexico, it's time that we have proper handles. So from now on, I'll be Jason the Acadian, and Andrea will be Fun Size Andrea. Can we get a conch? Andrea is very tiny. She's the size of Marshall.
Pint-sized, yeah.
My 8-year-old, soon-to-be 9-year-old son is taller than Andrea. So I like Fun Size Andrea.
Jason the Acadian just rolls off the tongue quite nice.
That does roll off
very nice.
Yeah. Hey, have a good trip. And make sure you're listening to us next week from Mexico. I'll be very angry. Guys, thank God March doesn't have a leap day. 32 days of Charch would be too much.
Well, maybe it needs a leap day.
What are you talking about?
Get rid of the one in February, bump it to March. None's the wiser.
Nobody will. Exactly. You can move that stupid leap thing anywhere you want it.
Why is it in February?
Anywhere you want it. The February got hosed in the first place was just the 28
March,
days.
Same weather, you know.
Like it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Nobody will know.
Does not make a lot of sense. Let's lay out the show for this morning. We'll get to your morning announcements coming up here probably just after 6:30 this morning. 6 o'clock hour is wide open. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun today. Hit us up in the inbox at 780-218-9999 or, of course, in the Nasty Chat today as well. And we'll get to a few of those as we continue to work our way through the show this morning. You're really going to like just after 7 o'clock today. This is a big one.
Oh, the gambling
so
again.
Mike Johnson couldn't join us. MJ's flying this morning. So I texted Noodles, and I was like, hey, can you slide in for an extra hit this week tomorrow? And Noodles was actually in Calgary last night. He was going out drinking with some of his boys. They're celebrating the Mika Kiprasov night. But he's like, I could probably do 8:20. And I said, okay, well, we'll probably take you at 8:20. But then I texted Dregs, and he's got like 3 podcast interviews this morning. Yeah. And then Button's flying. Yeah. So we're going to have Jamie McLennan, but not till 8:20 today for Pro-Am Sports. But what's happening just after 7 o'clock today? And I think I only have the confidence to do this because of what's on my face right now.
We're covering the Lybushkin presser.
No, that'll never happen ever in the history of Edmonton Sports Talk. My top 10 trade deadline targets. Oh. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening.
Only 10?
Only 10. Mind you, I did have to cut a couple names off the list. I could have gone 12. I could have gone 12.
Those are the interesting ones.
But I've only got 10, and there's no goalie on the list. And you say, why? I say, we'll tell you just after 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah. So my top 10 trade deadline targets. People love lists, so I'm going to give you one. And it's in order. It's not just random. I put this in order.
A ranking of power, if you will.
Very much so. Very much so. If you want to give us your top 3 deadline day targets, I'll throw them over. Don't be shy. Come on. Give them to us. We'll get to that just after 7 o'clock this morning. The Cool Bet hotline of the day coming up around 7:20. I says, pardon? We're going to go there at 7:30 today. And we're talking about Grey Cup Festival in Vancouver, an event that Edmonton Sports Talk hopes to set up shop at, the whole crew. And Trev, you've never been to a Grey Cup, have you?
No.
Oh, buddy.
That'd be sweet.
Eric, tell Trev about Grey Cups.
Well, redacted. And it's a great time.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. I really hope the best part of the last one we were at in Calgary was that screen in the spirit of Edmonton, that when you tweeted at this hashtag, it would just pop up on the screen.
All our tweets are just popping up on the screen.
With nobody, no gatekeepers at all, which was quite interesting. And then Kabongo there holding his coat.
Yeah.
Get me back. Get me back.
Nice. Real nice. We'll get to that's good coming up around 7:45 today as well. My nephew hit up the Italian Center shop yesterday. I got a video from my from my nephew, the Godfather's son, and he was having a panino, and he goes, "That's so good." I was like, "Yes, that's what I'm talking about."
Living the dream.
Get into that around 7:45 today. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda just after 8 o'clock this morning. Jamie McLennan is going to pop by around 8:20 this morning. And then 8:30 today. Yeah, probably 8:40-ish by the time we get rolling with it. Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week. We'll give you a chance to win a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor as we work our way through the 3rd hour of the show today. Hangout coming up 9 o'clock today. Glue Guy will be in. I saw Glue Guy posting a picture with Rob Clark yesterday.
Oh.
Also, Glue Guy had to dress up at his kid's school as Bonhomme. What's his name? Bonhomme? You know, the mascot of that Quebec Winter Festival?
Oh, yeah, the snowman or whatever.
Creepy looking
yeah, that thing
costume.
is, yeah.
Bonhomme. Am I saying it right? Bonhomme? Yeah. Anyway, Bonhomme used to creep me out as a child, and then I saw Milne dresses it, and I still had flashbacks. I was like, Bonhomme!
That's a kick-ass Halloween idea right there. That's what that is.
Oh, my God.
I think that's a...
One year in elementary school, we had the Quebec Winterfest, and Bonhomme was around. And
why is Glue Guy Bonhomme?
I don't know.
I need to know this.
I guess every single other person who could have volunteered was busy. So he stepped in.
Of course it's Glue Guy.
Anyway, we'll have more on that on the Hangout today. Yeah. Lock Shop coming up around 11 o'clock today. And then the oil stream with myself and Tommy's the Oilers get set to embark on a quick trip to Seattle, then back home this weekend, back-to-backs Saturday and Sunday. Let's get to a sports update for Green Plan this morning. And when we come back, your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear. And we'll dive into that coming up here in just a moment.
Busy night in the NHL last night. Boston dropping Vegas 5-4. Dallas over Winnipeg 4-1. The Preds, they pick up their 7th straight win, 6-1 over Minnesota. Avs shutting out Chicago 5-0. Kings defeating the Canucks 5-1. And Seattle shutting out Pittsburgh 2-0. Oilers will visit the Kraken tomorrow afternoon before returning home to host Pittsburgh Sunday night. Leafs acquiring defenseman Ilya Lyubushkin from the Ducks in exchange for a 2025 third-rounder yesterday. The Ducks will retain 50% of that salary. The Hurricanes will receive a 2024 sixth-rounder to retain an additional 50% of that remaining salary. NBA action saw the Spurs with a shock win over OKC, 132-118. Lakers over the Wizards, 134-131 in overtime. Raps back in action tonight. They'll host the Warriors in one of 9 games around the NBA. Oil Kings in Medicine Hat this evening to take on the Tigers. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. The club are back home to host Swift Current tomorrow night. 5 games around the AJHL tonight as the regular season comes to a close tomorrow with 4 more games. Alberta Pandas hockey, they're in Vancouver today, taking on UBC in Game 1 of the Canada West Finals. And draw 1 from the Briar tonight from Regina. It'll be a clash of Alberta rinks as the Cooey rink will face off against the Slochinsky rink. Action gets underway at 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Sports update for Green Plan with construction season coming up around the corner. Planning season already in full swing. For all of your environmental planning needs, you can contact Green Plan Environmental Consultants. Green Plan will assist with any of your environmental concerns, no matter how big or small the project. Green Plan is here to help. You can check them out today, green-plan.com.
Somebody once told me that I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool. The ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charge if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap's straight fire, how about yours? You're just so popular you'll never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge.
Oh, we are off and running. All those songs brought to you by Sportball. Of course, sign your kids up for all their wonderful programs today at sportball.ca. You just keep finding old gems on Twitter.
Well, Rip City Step is coming to play on day 1.
Good.
He's pulling on my heartstrings. Dame Lillard in a photo with another player, both chin straps, Charge friends, he says. He then tweets out 2 minutes ago, hashtag Charge, 45 smart reasons to wear chin strap beards, and then it says dash be sexy. So you got 45 reasons at least to wear a chin strap and different types of chin straps. So Rip City Step's coming to play.
Rip City Step, I appreciate the support.
Let's
end the bloody stigma right now.
Yeah.
Our old partners never really got behind us on Chin Strap Awareness Month.
They did not. No, they laughed, actually. You mentioned it in the hallways, and people
yeah, I'd be walking around the old Bell building back in the day. I was like, hey, everybody, it's Chin Strap Awareness Month. Donate here. And they'd be like, shut up.
Look at that idiot.
Your face looks ridiculous. And I'd say, oh, yeah, well, why don't you just kill the station? And then that ended up happening. Now, look at this. It's beautiful.
Oh, that's great, yes.
It's beautiful. My goal is to have Zach to come grow one by the end of the month.
Wouldn't that be something?
Mm-hmm. I don't think he actually could. Kind of baby face. But
if he draws one on, though, I'm here for it.
You guys should. Final day, you guys should draw one on. Are we sure that? I'll get chin strap wigs or chin strap like beards for all you guys. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, with maybe an orange tint.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I think. Jen is in and says, "Can I get a conch from my husband Barry, who's outside shoveling the walk while I stay warm in bed?" Holy smokes! Very nice. Very nice. Let's get into your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. 100.3 The Bear. They're doing the secret sound contest right now, where they play a little song.
Oh yeah,
a little sound,
yeah.
And if you get it right, you win money.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
No, I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's like I have no guesses. I have no idea. I have no clue
at this game.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is.
Yeah.
But some of the guesses, I'm like, what?
Not even close. Like,
yeah, no, not close.
I think, Anyway, if you want to try to win 10 grand, 100.3 The Bear, they got you covered. We got a little giveaway of ourselves that we're hoping to launch on Monday, which should be a lot of fun as well. Yukon and McCord in the mornings. You can listen to me every single morning with them. I think that's happening around 6:45ish. And then Jess Jackson, huge fan of Edmonton Sports Talk. Jess in the afternoons over on 100.3 The Bear. Let's dive into your morning announcements. Lakers winning again yesterday. The GOAT. We'll just move past that. We don't need to get to the NBA. I see a couple of messages about Elias Pettersson, and we can tie that into the morning announcements today for sure. Penner's Pancake says, do you guys think that they leaked the Pettersson to Canes deal to drum up more interest from other teams? Petey sounds like a drama queen. They're gonna get that deal done. The Vancouver Canucks could not let Elias Pettersson leave. Like they simply can't. He has to be in the driver's seat in that situation.
The catbird seat.
Whatever the seat is, name an animal in a seat. I mean, that's what Elias Pettersson is in right now. So the Vancouver Canucks and I know, they've fallen off a bit lately. Some will say it's because they're actually playing, better teams now, which I think you could make a case for.
We've heard that before somewhere. Hey,
what are they, 11 points up on the Mighty Oil right now? I think it's 11, but they Oilers have 5 games in hand, I think. At least last night.
Yeah.
Might have done, is that what it is?
11 up, 5 in hand.
Man, you always got the NHL standings right there in front of you.
Well, you guessed it without me even looking. You know it off the top of your head.
I guess I got the NHL standings right up here.
You got your brain, man.
I'm way smarter with a chin strap.
Absolutely.
I just am.
You grow an inch.
Yeah.
Your like your chest.
Any other
breathing is better.
Any other numbers you need me to come up with? I'll lay those out there for you.
He'll do your taxes on the spot. It's
$1,257
you get
$500.
Giving everybody refunds. Yeah.
Everybody gets a refund.
Yeah.
You get tax money back. You get tax money back. But yeah, they have to, the Canucks have to get something done. Was it I think it was it Saravalli or was it Friedman? I think it was Saravalli said that they're making progress. They're making progress on a deal. So I don't know why it comes out that that there's some discussions with Carolina, but he's not going anywhere. He's going to get the bag, bro, and they're going to have a very, very good player for a very, very long time, I would think. Did you see this thing? The Tanev. I think this was Pierre LeBrun here in your morning announcements. That the Calgary Flames did have a couple of offers on the table for a first-round pick for Chris Tanev, but they would have had to take a contract back. And the speculation is that it was Cody Ceci and a first from the Oilers, and I think the other one was Ryan Johansson and a first from Colorado. Is that what I saw yesterday? Where would we have come out on a trade if it was announced yesterday or the day before that Tanev had been traded to the Oilers in exchange for a first-round pick and Cody Ceci? What would the reaction have been in this city, do you think?
I think it would be fair. I think
it would have probably been
people,
viewed as
you get rid of somebody who people are. I mean, I don't think anybody's chasing Cody Ceci out of town, but clearly the thoughts are he's one you can move away from on the blue line.
You need an upgrade on
bringing
Cody
in
Ceci.
a guy like Tanev would be an upgrade, and then you give the pick away to make the deal happen.
To make it happen.
So in this window, why not?
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing, Rashad, when he was on with us on Monday, I thought made an interesting point though. Is like if you bring in Tanev and you move out Ceci. Then next season you're looking at it going, well, who's going to be your second pair right D? And, obviously, if you can't keep Tanev, all of a sudden you're rolling Bouchard and Desharnais in your top 4 on the right side. And I nothing against Vincent Desharnais, but that's a no-go for me. Not in a Stanley Cup window. Now, not like they need an upgrade on Cody Ceci for sure, but they also need to make sure that they have an actual NHL blue line 1 through 7 for next season. So definitely a 100% upgrade on Cody Ceci.
But you're thinking
night and day, like Tanev would have been great here. And I think that price would have been fine. Right?
Well,
but it'd be very interesting to see what the blue line looks like next year when they're not going to have a ton of money to spend on blue line help.
Loomis says outlandish overpay for a rental. JCD 780. I would have been okay with it. Definitely an upgrade. And then Stoffer for Premier says I'm not a big on CC or Tanev. Meh. So you have a full range.
Not big on either of them.
Full range of emotions there in the nasty chat this morning.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. And then, of course, in your morning announcements, the Toronto Maple Leafs did, in fact, make a deal. Came down the pipe yesterday as they get Lyubushkin from Anaheim. And the reaction to me on this one has kind of been, it's kind of been hilarious. Like, everybody knows that the Leafs need help on the back end, but how much help did they really get on the back end? It feels like it does reek of, we were in on Tanev, we couldn't get him. We have to find somebody else. And the Ducks are like, we got a guy for you over here. Let's make this happen. So I don't think it really moves the needle that much. Like Toronto, that can't be it. All right, Tree Living can't pull the trigger on this deal. Then Luke Skywalker after kissing his sister and lean back and be like, job's done. Like, there's no way.
Have to be doing overtime at the old spin factory, I think, on that one. If that's the case,
there's got to be more coming for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I would think. Anaheim retains 50%. Carolina retains 25%. Lyubushkin ends up with the Leafs. Ducks get a 3rd-round pick. Canes get a 6th-round pick for retaining. I also I can't remember what it was. I guess it was the 4th rounder that moved in the Tanev deal, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody was like, and they get a 4th rounder. And I'm like, man, a 4th-round pick in the National Hockey League draft is basically just a waste of nothing.
But you never know.
Like, how many guys actually hit out of the 4th, 5th, 6th round? Like,
well, until they do, then we go back and we say, oh, look at this. Gotcha. Yeah.
If you can trick somebody into taking a 5th, 6th, 7th round pick as legitimate value in a deal, trade them all. Trade them all. It's too much of a crapshoot that much further down the draft. I mean, even the top end's tough. But if anybody ever texts into this show and goes, there's no way they should have added a 4th to this deal, I'm going to find you, track you down, and probably either slap you in the face or tickle your belly a little bit. At least to send some sort of message. Because the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, like, I'm sorry, you're not hitting on these guys very often, if at all. If you have to sit there and throw in one of those picks to get deals done, you do it every single time. Loomis is in and says, look at this, look at that. Also, Desharnais was the 6th. And congratulations.
I knew it. There you go.
But that's going to be a deal breaker for you in a trade? Come on.
You just never know, Dusty. That's...
Curtis Hare goes, Zetterberg and Datsuk, both 6th and 7th round picks. That's true. Let's dial it back 15, 20 years to find the best example. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, there are guys, but go look at every single draft ever. Like, from 4th round down, how many teams are actually hitting on these guys? To the point where, I don't know. I trade all my picks in every single league I'm ever in. I'm always in win now mode in fantasy. And I want to see teams in the National Hockey League always be in win now mode. You go into a draft, they don't have a 5th, 6th, or 7th. Who cares?
But you want
to now you might not actually get lucky on a player 3 years or 4 years from now.
But just a little bit of term. Right? Win now, but with a
little bit of term.
Win now and win tomorrow.
As you'll see on my top 10 trade dedeadline targets.
Have you wrote them out with the pen and paper? Like you got them right on the paper there, kind of scribbly notes. And this is great. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, I see.
Typed out. Okay. What do you mean without a doubt? Okay, yeah. Yeah, no matter what.
No matter what, eh?
Pavel Buchnevich, no matter what.
A few stars.
We'll get into that.
A few names.
Just after 7 o'clock today, my top 10 trade deadline targets. Give us yours. That's your morning announcements.
Ooh, Dudley.
For
Zach
100.3 the Bear.
Zach Hyman was a 5th round pick.
Cool. Like, go show me.
They're showing you. They're showing the work.
Stop with this.
I want this to be a
pick garbage.
A show theme right now for Friday. More late round picks turning into success stories.
No late round picks turning into success stories. Wait, has anybody sent in the Henrik Lundqvist text yet? The Pekka Rinne text? We're waiting for these. We're waiting for these. Sorry, I just don't value late round picks in the National Hockey League draft that much. I can't believe I even have to apologize for this.
This one unsigned. Stanley Cup champion and cap circumventer Mark Stone was a 6th.
DJ is in and says, "Is this top 10 targets for the Oilers?" Of course, DJ.
What did you? No.
Why would I be doing top 10 targets for?
You'll be giving your top 10 Leafs targets coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, I do believe.
Yeah, today I'm doing all 7 Canadian teams, their top 10 targets. It's actually the same 10 dudes, just in a different order, over and over and over again. No, it will be the top 10 trade deadline day targets for the Edmonton Oilers in order, and we'll have a discussion coming off of it. So. We'll get to that coming up as we work our way through the show. Nielsen Show's coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios, where if you want something delicious for lunch today, or dare I say even for dinner, go visit all of your Popeyes locations. The Popeyes chicken sandwich is the best chicken sandwich anywhere. Guaranteed. You will absolutely love it. They got some variations of it as well. You can spicy chicken sandwich. You can get the blackened chicken sandwich, which is also juicy and delicious. So you've got a lot of those available for you as well. Man, I'm seeing a lot of, oh, geez. I was young in that picture, the one you put up at Calgary Stampede.
Holy heck. That's the youngest one of all of them, eh?
I was working for Pattison Broadcasting then.
Sure.
And that's my buddy J-Rod, also with the chin strap. Matching chin straps.
You boys, you're going out.
I'll never forget that trip to the Calgary Stampede. We drove up in the morning from Lethbridge, came back that night, but it was like an insane afternoon party. Mm-hmm. It was absolutely nuts. My buddy J-Rod met some girl at Stampede, and she was all over him.
The look in your guys' eyes there, that's you're ready to play.
We were having a good time.
Yeah.
We were having a good time. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. Guys, it'd be interesting to know how many 4th to 6th round picks are made by the team the pick originally belonged to. Right? Many of these are traded.
Yeah.
Many of these are traded. Guys, perhaps I don't hockey enough, but what is it about Tanev? Never liked him. Always seemed like a placeholder. A seat warmer for me. Well, this is what happens, and this is what you're seeing with Labushkin right now. And I do like Tanev. But you get to the deadline, and as you'll see on my upcoming list of trade deadline day targets for the Edmonton Oilers, you get to the trade deadline, there's not many defensemen available, and all of a sudden, all of them look awesome. Because there's just not many available.
We talk about, I think, attacks, too, in a potential Flames-Oilers deal or whatever, and you're right, when players get to this point of the trade deadline, I think the stock kind of rises a bit high. People are getting desperate, right? Desperate times.
And what do desperate times call for, Eric?
Measures of some degree.
Yeah, measures of some degree. SJ Non-the-Kootenay says, I just exclaimed "Charge" in the bathroom, quiet loud. My wife knocked on the door to see if I was okay.
Yeah. Say it 3 times, turn around in the dark, and David Ortiz will appear in the mirror.
Cole in Ellerslie texts in and says, hey guys, my apologies for tuning in. For just tuning in. Don't ever apologize for tuning in. But my apologies, just tuning in. So maybe you played it already, but coming from a guy who lost all 4 bets he made with coworkers for Brown to score before Perry, please play the Brown off the Schneid song. And like I said, we're going to wait on it. We're going to wait on it to see if he scores this weekend, and then it can be like this glorious moment on Monday morning. John T. and Victoria gets to take a victory lap, and everybody's loving it.
Week 2 of Church getting into full swing. You got the Brown song and all that. Grumpy Cat, who was on the Hangout yesterday, happy hallood. Your friend and co-host Gage was a 5th-round pick. Are you telling me you wouldn't draft Gager for your team? Thoughts?
I'd probably sign Gager as an undrafted free agent.
A little patience, hey?
Gager might be watching the show right now. Well, actually, he's probably watching Formula One stuff this morning. But if he was, he'd probably have my back on that one, I think. McDiesel is in and says, the Flames aren't helping the Oilers anyway. It was never even an option. See, and I got a little bit of an issue with this today, too.
What's the issue?
Well, it's like, we can't help them. They're our rival. If it's the best offer, then you take it to help your organization.
But what? Yeah.
Right? Like, no. Like, you can't run an organization off of beefs. Like, they're our rival. We can't trade them to them, even though they have the best offer by far. Like, you have to take whatever the best offer is for your organization. So I don't buy into that they're never going to trade him to Edmonton just because it's Edmonton. If Edmonton had the best offer, I think Calgary probably would have pulled the trigger on it. Because you can't run an organization like that.
But they could define the best offer as to whatever they want, and so they
whatever
should. Like
them, that's fine.
And then but Edmonton would then be overpaying for something that they, right? In that scenario, like I get what you mean. But flip the script. If it's the Oilers in a position like the Flames are in right now, and the Flames are in a position the Oilers are in, would you want to be seen as the team that gives them the piece to put them over the top?
The fan base wouldn't want to see that. But if you're running an
business,
organization, are you making worse trades just out of spite for somebody else? And if you are, you need to probably take a look at yourself.
But the ask would be so outrageous that the other team wouldn't make the deal, would they not? Like, if it's just the CC and the first, as we're hearing, some people don't want to do that. Some people think it's too much.
What say you? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. You know what you should do next week for trade deadline day? You take the day off work.
Order Popeyes.
You settle in here with, you hit up all of our, you hit
them all.
You hit
We
them
got
all
a little
up.
buffet. Yeah.
Hit them all up, and then you hit up AleCat or Sobeys and Safeway Liquor and get your hands on some 6 o'clock or lager. That's what you're going to need to do. 6 o'clock or lager, continuing to pop up at places all across the city. We had a golf course yesterday. Text in and say, hey, we're gonna have the 6 o'clock or lager on the course this year. We might have a little something else cooking for something you can have on the course too.
Why?
Got a meeting on Monday about something that, as YouTube Trev just in the corner, it's very intriguing. Very intriguing. And make them a part of the family. Yeah, a part of the family. AleCat, not just a 6 o'clock or lager, but AleCat's got a bunch of absolutely delicious ales. Apricat's my go-to. I mean, I have 2 beers in the fridge pretty much 24/7. Mostly because I don't technically drink a lot of beers at home. But Apricot and 6 o'clock or lagers are the mainstays there. If you've not yet tried the Apricot from AleCat, you're missing out. I mean, you got to think about life at that point. If you haven't tried it yet, it's delicious. They got the Mandalorian, they got the main squeeze, they got the Skona Gold, and they got the Razzie Cat. There's a lot going on with AleCat. They're great partners for us. I got a text yesterday. What do you look at? Just as
Oh
no. I got a text yesterday from Cam at AleCat. He goes, "Hey, what's the 6 o'clock or lager situation like at the station?"
Oh,
I said we're running low. We could use a restock, and he goes, "I'll tell the team." So at some point, boys, there's going to be a flat or two, a 6 o'clock or lager, kind of like trying to be slid under the door like the mail lady does.
We are on DEFCON 1 when it comes to 6 o'clock or lagers.
I know.
Constantly. Like, we are always hanging by a thread. You can never have too many kicking around, I would say, but especially with guys like Gager in here. Hey?
Yeah, the jerky thief. Scurbs is in and says, Apricot on draft is amazing with some peach slush too.
Ooh.
It is, it says doesn't like it on the bottle. That's weird.
Well, some people have their preferences. I
guess that's true. Yag Welder guy says Mandalorian is my favorite. Yeah, the Mandalorian is really good. It's really good. It's pushing AleCat. It's pushing the Apricot for me. Apricot's still my good. Remember Scott Laurie took Apricot first overall. We did the beer draft.
Well, look at him now. Hey, YouTube Trev and I went down there and had a couple flights when we did that video. Remember the s'mores coffee campfire?
There's so many to pick from, and just all. They hit so right. Like they just do such a it's so cool. Like being back home, like that was the beer back home was AleCat like that, and now it's just weird. It's full circle. Like it's the craziest thing. Yeah, it's insane. So.
I love how excited you get about that stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, it's good. Okay, you know what, Haas? I see where you're coming from here. Haas has texted in Parachutes inbox 780-218-9999. Dusty, would you be okay if the Lions made a trade with the Packers that helped the Packers win the Super Bowl?
Now it's getting personal on you, hey? Now it's...
Yeah, from a hockey perspective, I don't care because I'm not really a fan of anybody. Now, once again, I am a fan of the Detroit Lions, and as a fan, I would be disappointed in it. But as an organization, if the Lions were to come out and be like, look, this was by far the best offer we had, this helps our team the most, then I would be like, okay, I get it.
But do you not think the Lions ask for that offer because it's the Packers would be so obtuse that the Packers wouldn't even entertain doing it, right?
So you're saying if you are going to make a deal like that, it's got to be the overpay?
Like it would be a total overpay. And then I guess you'd, again, from a business side, that would massage the fan base into thinking, okay, well, you've really greased them here. If they go on to win the championship, well, at least you got a king's ransom in return, which nobody else would have given you. But would the Packers even entertain that? Like how crazy do you get? How far do you go down the line to overpay for something that you could arguably get elsewhere? Maybe
all I wanted to come in here today and do was have a chin strap and give my top 10
You got
trade
your
deadline
list.
targets. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Now we're sitting here with like these theories and everything and these situations.
Playing music.
It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to handle. No more songs. We gotta wait and see how that one goes over. Jimmy Onishi's in and says no Riverhawks beer, Dusty. The Riverhawks beer. I mean, down the Riverhawks, AleCat's got that deal with them down there. We're hoping to have the 6 o'clocker lager available at Riverhawks games this year, which would kind of be the what's the saying? Fate de complete or whatever. That's what it would be for us. Because we love going to Riverhawks game and having the AleCat products, but to have the 6 o'clocker lager as an option down there, I says pardon.
Carpe diem, if you will.
100%. 100%.
Chris Sadoway says AleCat does an exclusive chili beer at Daddy-O's on White, Spicy Nicey.
That's the name of the...
I like the sounds of that.
Spicy Nicey?
I haven't been to Daddy-O's yet. Daddy-O's.
Blake from Airdrie is in. Just his second text in. I love it. Blake, thanks for listening. Let us know how you're listening. I'm curious. Are people on TuneIn? Are they on iHeart? Are they at EdmontonSportsTalk.com? Let us know how you're listening this morning. We love it. Blake from Airdrie says, I've never understood not wanting to trade a player to help out a rival. Just take the best deal. I live behind enemy lines near Calgary. If we were in a season where we were selling, I traded with them no problem if it was the best deal. I don't care about their team that much.
But I would be so greedy, into which I'm asking a lot from them, and I don't think that they would do that. You understand where I'm coming from here, right? Like the Flames, like why would they... The tax. It's that tax thing that everybody's talking about. You pay a tax.
Screw the tax.
If you're dealing with a rival, no, but flip the script again. You're the Lions, and you have something the Packers need to get to a championship. Of course you would grease them. Of course you would ask a lot for whatever they may need. And would the Packers even pay that?
Should you not want to ask a lot from every single team?
Perhaps.
Like you're going to give somebody to somebody else for a worse deal just because we're not a rival.
But you're not concerned.
You can't run an organization or a company like that.
You're not concerned if you ship something and it helps the Arizona Cardinals, for instance, or whatever the case is. Like that doesn't concern you. They'll give you. I just it seems impossible for me to like the Lucic Neal thing. That was just a.
That was two teams trying to get a bad spot.
Right, and it was at a time where they're like it was just that was an even Steven type of scenario, whereas this maybe not so much. So.
JCD780 says there's been 3 trades between the Oilers and Flames ever. Steos, Laddie Schmid, and the Lucic deal.
And, yeah, style-wise, it's not one looking to go on a cup run and one, instead of a wild card
we'd have to look back at those deals, but
assets.
was the trade so lopsided it seemed like there was a tax here? I don't recall either of those trades. I don't remember
those trades.
Yeah,
no, because that's what I'm saying is that they both had a common need and a common goal at the time, and not one was any better than the other. Right? Like it was just kind of more of a you need help, I need help. Let's come together. Whereas now the Oilers need help. The Flames know this.
Yeah, but the Flames need help in their rebuild or retoolings. Right?
Sure.
So if they can get the pieces that they need from the Oilers, just do the deal.
But they would be asking so much that maybe they get to a point where it's greedy and the Oilers say, no, that's way too much. Like, what is the line? Curious to know.
Jasmine is in and says, I'm so over this Tanev talk. He's gone.
Yeah, no.
Can't we talk about... Well, we were more talking about just the Oilers and Flames coming together in a deal. Tanev at this point is dead to us.
Yeah. He's a Dallas Star. He's more than dead.
Until the Oilers and Stars meet the conference final, Tanev somehow scores the winner in Game 7 to clinch it. And people are going to be like, they should have paid the tax.
You got to pay the tax. Back to the Labushkin talk, I think, is what Jasmine is trying to say there. Right, Jasmine? Are we forgetting the Talbot Smith deal? Comes in from Plumber Topher.
Send your text messages to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 today. I was going to say that Smith Talbot wasn't a deal.
No,
I had to double check it. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Yeah. That was not a deal.
But to the texter that pointed out, what was it, 3 total?
Yeah.
And then again, those deals, it's straight across the board, 1 for 1. Nobody helping a loser out or a loser helping a contender out or anything like that. It was just at the time, both needing help. You close your eyes, you shake the hand, and you walk away.
All right. I think it was Jasmine who said, "Can't we talk about other possibilities?"
Yes, she wants to talk to Labushkin.
Jasmine, guess what? We can talk about other possibilities because I got 10 of them, and they're in order. and it is the top 10 trade deadline targets. We are a week away from trade deadline day coverage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Another question that I have for you today is, what do you want to see from our trade deadline day coverage? You know, we got Belzy, we got Gager, we got Cass. We mix a lot of those guys in. We'll obviously get on some of our hockey guys. I was thinking about reaching out to Mr. McKenzie, the Bob father.
The Bob father.
Wouldn't that be something?
Bobby Margarita.
That would be kind of that would kind of be fun.
We'd have to bring back Pitbull for that one.
Well, you have to be careful now. We might not even have a channel come Monday. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Let's wrap up the 6 o'clock hour with this text. This has been a fun one. Top 10 trade deadline targets coming up. Jamie McLennan just after 8 o'clock this morning as well. Hey, EST, longtime listener from way back in the Phrase days. Shout out to boy Phrase. It's great seeing Phrase around Edmonton Sports Talk, man. Hey, how nice has that been? It's been so good.
Speak for yourself.
I still want Phrase.
You're on the air most of the time he's around. That's the thing.
Fraser and Millard. I disagree with that.
Oh God, that's
the show we need, man.
Yeah.
I want it weekdays from 1 until 2.
I think starts Saturday 6 a.m. wraps up Sunday at 6 p.
The whole thing.
You just go.
Yeah. Anyway, this guy texts in and says, "Hey, longtime listener from way back in the Phrase days. Love the show. I've barely missed a day. I think that the Oilers should have been all in on Tanev with salary retained. He's only $1.125 million cap hit for Dallas. That 100% helps the Oilers, and we could fit that in without having to move on for Ceci. Would have been clutch rental that made our defensive depth so much better this year." All right, and one more from Fergie's Prostate. "Good morning, fellas. Advertising pays off. This week I have slammed a hockey sock full of Piri Piri chicken buddies and a coop full of Louisiana chicken. I'm in danger of exceeding the weight limit for the track at Service Place. I have a 10 o'clock appointment with my cardiologist, and then I'm getting lunch at Mr. Mike's." Fergie's Prostate, come on.
True player.
Phrase is the Anthony Kim of Edmonton Sports Media. Gone for 10 years, pops back up. Well done. Send that in. Could be text of the day. All right, on the way next. 6 o'clock hour went a little long. We're having a lot of fun here.
What a text.
We got a sports rewind coming up. We've put it on long enough. We've put it off long enough. It's time for the top 10 trade deadline targets. Here we go. We're going to get into it. There's no goalie on the list. You're going to have to deal with what they have. We'll get into that coming up. Cool Bet Hotline of the day. I says pardon. We're talking zip lines. We're going to go there at 7:30, and that's a good for Italian Center Shop coming up around 7:45 today. But right now, a sports rewind with LTE.
Oilers getting set to visit the Kraken tomorrow afternoon before returning home to host the Penguins Sunday night. Lots of action around the league last night. Saw Seattle shut out Pittsburgh 2-0. Kings over the Canucks 5-1. Colorado blanking Chicago 5-0. Nashville have won 7 straight as they defeat Minnesota 6-1. Stars over the Jets 4-1, and Boston dropping Vegas 5-4. Leafs acquiring defenseman Ilya Lyubushkin from the Ducks yesterday in exchange for a 25 third-round pick. The Ducks will retain 50% of his salary. Hurricanes will receive a 24 sixth-rounder to retain an additional 50% of that remaining salary. NBA action saw the Lakers over the Wizards 134-131 in overtime. Spurs with a victory over OKC 132-118. Raps are back on the court tonight. They'll host the Warriors in one of 9 games around the NBA. Oil Kings are in Medicine Hat tonight to battle the Tigers. Puck drops 7 o'clock. The club are back home to host the Swift Current Broncos tomorrow night. AJHL regular season will close out tonight and tomorrow. 5 games around the league tonight, with another 4 scheduled for tomorrow night. Alberta Pandas hockey, they're in Vancouver today to take on UBC in Game 1 of the Canada West Finals. And the Montana's Briar from Regina Draw 1 will go this evening. One of the games will feature a clash of Alberta rinks as Team Cooey will face off against Team Slachinski. Action getting underway at 5 Mountain. Sports Rewind brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and service, servicing many industries that we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielsen Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. Well, tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Brzezinski and Noodles, Gadget and Gage. Maybe just Bubba to cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number one in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away? Beat left the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macramel, Rapaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about him giving present, does he go forth? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielsen Show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, hour number 2 off and rolling. Dusty and Lieutenant Eric with you, coming from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studios. Pick up that Popeyes classic chicken sandwich today. Absolutely delicious. And the Cajun fries. A lot of time for the Cajun fries over there at Popeyes too.
One of the many great sides. I mean, you're forgetting the mashed potato with the gravy incorporated, the mac and cheese.
Who's giving up? Who's dishing out mashed potatoes at a fast food joint? That's a legendary move.
And we're not talking like, packaged like that. That gravy's got some season. It's got some spice to it. It's very nice. And it's kind of, it's cradled out like that volcano. They put the little hole in there, pour the gravy in. It's very nice.
See, I don't do. Marshall does that with his mashed potatoes. I prefer a mountain.
Yeah, and then
and a smothering all the way over.
Side.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't get the.
If you make the crater, then you poke holes in the side, and it kind of flows out there. It's quite something.
All right, can hit us up in the nasty chat. Hey, hammer the thumbs up. Hammer the thumbs up. Where are we at? We threatened to talk soccer yesterday. We got like 100 likes in 10 minutes. Where are we at right now? What are we? We're at 86 right now. Come on now. Let's crank that thing up a notch here. Hey, if you're watching the show today, unless you hate it, give us a thumbs up. That would be great. We'd love it. Also, sub to the channel. We're closing in on 7,100 subs. We know many of you are watching and you've not yet subbed. And the more subscriptions we get, the faster the channel grows, the better Edmonton Sports Talk becomes. And it's all because of just one little sub.
Doesn't cost you a dime. Free subscription.
You can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and go see our friends at PJs that look after you at parisjewelers.com. I like people taking a little bit of a trip down history lane here today. I like seeing it. McDiesel's in it, says, I've been listening since Jose Bautista was a cardboard cutout at Booster Juice. Remember we had that Jose Bautista on the post-show show?
Still around somewhere?
No, we got Tiger still kicking around.
Tiger.
Yeah. Is Tiger still in the Hangout studio? He's not. I think we put Tiger away. Is
Tiger?
Tiger? You think Tiger's in there? Let's see if Tiger's in. Let's see if Tiger's in the closet here. Nope. Tiger's not in there. Tiger's not in there. Whale and the Wolf is, though. They're locked and loaded.
They're
ready to go.
Union Hall tonight, actually, supporting Royal Tusk.
So you guys are going to the show?
Yeah, myself, YouTube Trev. I think Iwanic will be tagging along. Anybody else? Did I miss anybody?
That'll be a lot of fun.
A 3-man group?
I think that's it. I cannot wait.
You've never seen Whale and the Wolf?
No. Yeah, this is the first concert I've been to in Edmonton, and it's going to be a good one. I can't wait.
Is it already sold out? Do you know?
Probably. I mean, give it a shot. Union Hall tonight.
Check it out. Yeah, if you want to go see our EST house band, Whale and the Wolf, tonight at Union Hall.
Opening for Royal Tusk, so it should be a good night of metal.
Also, Royal Tusk is that's a pretty good band name. Royal Tusk.
It's not bad.
I like it. Are they good?
Yeah, I mean, they're good. Yeah. I like them. You know, it's
so
should be a great live show. The live show is already whatever the band is, you tenfold up for the live show. So should be a good night. Friday night, Union Hall. Are you kidding me? Not since the wet T-shirt contests of the early 2010s have I been so excited to head to Union Hall.
Can I drop a little confession on you?
Uh-oh.
I've never been to Union Hall.
What?
Swear to God. Swear to God.
Not even those wet tea contests.
Nope.
Ryan would go and host them. They'd pay him cash in hand.
I prefer dry T-shirts.
It was something else. Don't drink out of the bottle, they'd say.
Really? So yeah, I've never been. I've never been to Union Hall.
Nice place. Great place for a show. Should be fun.
All right, so yeah, you might see the boys tonight if you're going to that concert.
Friday night show. That's the best. You don't got to
lined up nicely. Eh? Is this their last show for a little bit? Do they have anything else scheduled right now?
Don't think so. Calgary last night.
Or were they in Calgary last night?
Yeah, with Royal Tusk and all that. So they'll be up here tonight.
Friday night show at Union Hall. Whale and the Wolf.
Let's go.
Cool Bet Hotline of the Day coming up here in a little bit. We'll get to I Says Pardon just after 7:30 today. And that's a good for Italian Center Shop. We've been in on the paninos all week. We've had some videos and stuff sent to us. People crushing paninos. We're going to get into the pizza for the next couple of weeks, which I cannot wait. I cannot wait to get my hands on. A Snack City. And at some point, we got to dive into that bakery at Italian Center Shop. So we'll get into that around 7:45 today. If you are watching, let's go. Hammer the thumbs up. We would appreciate it. Are we ready? Without further ado, Dustin Nielson's top 10 trade deadline targets.
I feel like you need a bed under this thing or something like a...
Oh, man. Let me see here. What do I got? Anything on this board will work?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
With trade deadline targets.
Maybe a few howludes queued up for a few of those. Maybe
as we work our way through.
You know,
it's get Labushkin from the Leafs now.
No.
No. So here, full disclosure, everything's in front here. Nothing's behind the scenes. I did originally have Marc-Andre Fleury on this list.
Okay,
but I have now removed him.
Oh,
we are led to believe that the Edmonton Oilers are not in on a goaltender prior to the trade deadline. At this point, Edmonton Sports Talk would be surprised if the Edmonton Oilers are acquiring a goaltender before the trade deadline. So there are no goaltenders on this list. There's some defensemen, there's some centers, there's some guys who can play both, there's some wingers on this list. 10 through 1. Starting at the bottom.
Okay.
Working my way up to the top 10 trade deadline targets. If you disagree with them, please yell at me. Get angry. Let's go. We're here for the interaction today. That's what we're looking for. Especially, and if you like them, give us a thumbs up. All right, that would go a long way as well. Number 10 on the list. You may have heard of him before. Frankie Vatrano.
Frankie Vatrano. Not Frank.
Has a year left after this year and is as they like to say it, a shooter. This guy's not a puck transporter. He's a shooter. The Oilers have puck transporters in their top 6. They could use more guys who could be one-shot scorers, and I think Vatrano kind of fits the bill. He's got a year left after this one. The cap hit is very reasonable for a guy that you could slot into your top 6. So I'm going to put Frankie Vatrano at the top of this list. At the bottom of this list, number 10. Number 10 on the list. Top of the list? Wow.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Number 9 on the list, and not as hot and heavy about him as some would think, because there's been a lot of discussions about the Oilers and the Philadelphia Flyers. People say it seems like these two teams have been talking for quite some time, even back to the beginning of the season when the Oilers were struggling mighty, and you're like, what do we do? Fire Woodcroft or pull the trigger on a deal? And they ended up deciding to make a coaching change.
And the Flyers were going to tank, and it'd be a fire sale, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. So I do have Scott Lawton on the list. This is a 40-point guy. He's a veteran. He's got 2 years left on his deal after this year. So this is a guy you have for the cup runs over the next couple of years.
This is your term monster that you've been looking for, hey? I'm surprised he's not higher on the list for you.
He's a 40-point guy. I like Scott Lawton. I don't think they might be as hot on him as it's being made out to believe, but I like Scott Lawton. I've got him number 9 on the list, 2 years, $3 million per year. For a 40-point guy who's been a 40-point guy on the Flyers, I like him. Penner's Pancakes. I almost choked when I saw it.
Oh.
Number 1, Jesse Puljujarvi from the Penguins. That sounds like something. Something I would do, but I'm not today because this is a serious list.
What a twist!
It's a serious list. Number 10, Frank Vatrano. Number 9, Scott Lawton. You know we're gonna get to a drum roll before number 1, eh?
Oh, we have to.
Yeah, I have to do a drum roll at number 1 for sure. Number 8 on the list could be somebody that reasonably gets picked up, and I have a lot of time for this player. Could be higher on the list, but I just have guys with more upside, a little bit higher on the list. But I got Nick Dowd. I got Nick Dowd coming in at number 8 on this list. Not a big fish by any stretch of the imagination, but he's under contract for next year. Like, if the Oilers could somehow pick up Nick Dowd and one of these other wingers higher up on the list that is also under, like, if they get Buchnevich and Nick Dowd, That's two significant pieces. I shouldn't call Nick Dowd significant. It's the deadline day, so we would view him as significant.
But it would be to this team.
For this team, he would be their best fourth-line forward for sure. And if you had to use him on the third line, he could do in a pinch. But if they could somehow get one of the wingers higher on this list who's under contract next year, and Nick Dowd who's under contract next year, your forward group is pretty much set for a couple months here. So I got Nick Dowd number 8 on the list. 1.3 mil. Like, you can fit that in even without the retention. Like, this is something that you could do. Number 6 on the list. I'm not as gung-ho on him as some others, but he is, and depending on who you ask, you will see good debate on this. But Sean Walker is an upgrade on Cody Ceci. 2.65 mil, basically a rental, UFA at the end of the year. He would be an upgrade on Cody Ceci. And I am fully in favor of also keeping Cody Ceci and using him and Desharnais with Kulak in your third pair, where you've got the veteran in Cody Ceci, or you've got, the bigger body. We'll see how he handles the postseason in Desharnais. So I do have Sean Walker on the list. I think some people would probably want him higher on the list, but he does come in at number 7 on the list. I believe he's a pretty good upgrade on Cody Ceci. Number 6 on the list, a UFA, comes with playoff experience. I thought he was going to be washed after dealing with significant injuries, but I still got time for Vladdy Tarasenko. I think Tarasenko could come in here and make a pretty big impact on this forward group. I'd love to see him. Plays the right side. Who was it? One of our insiders. Was it Noodles? Was it MJ? But one of them said, you could use him on a third line if needed, but Tarasenko to me is your second line right winger the rest of the season. For sure. So Tarasenko comes in at number 6 on the list. I'm going back to a defenseman, and I can see why I don't think Lyubushkin helped the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I can see why they moved on a defenseman, and I can see why people are moving on defensemen now, because there's just not many defensemen available this year.
Yeah.
Like, this is the exact reason why we come back around to, how many times have we said it? Like, the Edmonton Oilers as contenders, because there was some speculation around town a couple weeks back that the Oilers were going to try to move Ceci or Kulak to get rid of the contract to bring in a forward. Like, you're not doing that. Teams who are playoff bound and contenders are not moving veteran defensemen, no matter how good or bad you believe them to be. That's just not happening.
But think of the forward return.
Well, yeah, but imagine how good the forward group.
Got to pay to get, I guess. But
I'm going number 5 on the list, Alexander Carrier.
Yeah,
from the Nashville Predators, $2.5 million. Also UFA, pretty good all-round defender. Moves the puck better than Cody Ceci. So I do like. I think Carrier would be, I like Carrier a little bit more than Walker. I think there's like a discussion, a fun little back and forth we can have there in that situation. But this is the highest defenseman on the list. Like, there's not a lot of defensemen available. If the Oilers, I don't know if the Oilers. I don't think unless it's a classic Ekholm out of nowhere trade, which I hope they pull off, because that would be great.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't see really an upgrade coming on Cody Ceci. I know it's like you want to see it, but there are just not many defensemen available, and the price is going to be pretty premium on these guys.
Well, Right Shot D's, as of Feb 21 on the TSN trade bait board, Walker 7th, Carrier 10th. Keep going, you keep going. Matt Dumba. Then you got Lyubushkin, who, of course, we saw from yesterday. Andrew Peeke. But then it goes down to Ceci. I mean, you're right. It's fairly thin when you're talking that position. You've already scratched 2 off the list.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, those are the only 2 defensemen I have on this list. Outside of that, I view them all as number 7s.
Nothing Ceci kind of in the mix with the rest. There's no upgrade.
I've seen like Bogosian. I've seen some of these guys. They're not coming in stepping up on Cody Ceci, whereas I think Carrier and Walker would be.
Sometimes change for change's sake, though. Different surroundings. But I get your larger point.
It's a weird twist to it all, because I do think the Oilers need to desperately upgrade on Cody Ceci, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it, so you just hope that Ceci has a steady playoffs. I think you were to bring Carrier in here and put him alongside Darnell Nurse, you'd be cooking with fire, as they say in the fire jokes industry. All right, number 4 on the list, Adam Henrique, who some people like. I think this is one of the ones that could become somewhat realistic for the Edmonton Oilers. He's an unrestricted free agent, $5.8 million. Plays a lot of center, plays a lot of left wing, hasn't necessarily played a lot of right wing. It was Rashog, I think, on Monday morning with us said that he had asked one of his former coaches if he can play the right side. He said, yeah, he can play the right side. He's a veteran guy. He's been around. He can play pretty much every forward position for you. He's like that one guy at Rec League that comes in and knows he's too good for the division. He's like, just put me wherever you want. I'll be fine.
Not bad.
Like that's what Henrique basically is able to provide here in this situation. So I've Adam Henrique, number 4 on the list. Number 3 on the list is Jake Gensel.
Ooh.
I'm going to go Jake Gensel, number 3 on the list. I don't think this is actually realistic. I almost left Jake Gensel off the list entirely.
But big fish. You got to have the big fish in the top 3.
You got to go after the big
number
fish.
3 of the top 3.
If I put together this top 10 list and there's no Jake Gensel on, people are going to think I'm a fool for the rest of my days outside of this glorious chin strap that I have on Charts of First. So, Jake Gensel. It's going to be insanely pricey for a rental. But could he be the piece that gets it done this year? You could say yes, but I still kind of look back on it and go, no matter how many goals you score, if you still have Cody Ceci in your top 4 on the blue line, I'm not sure that's enough to get it done.
So 2 more left with Gensel in the 3 spot.
2 more left. Gensel in the 3 spot. Number 2, if this guy is made available, this city would be hot and horny for him. Dude, by the way, did you know that you can't use horny in a team name on the F1 league? I tried to make my team name Christian Horny.
Oh.
And it's like, sorry, not allowed.
I bet you that was implemented following
what?
Yeah,
and then
I think Red Bull's got their fingerprints all over this one.
And then I was going to go, instead of Danny Rick, I was going to go Randy Dick. And somebody already took it. It was already taken. So I had a really hard time putting together my F1 team
should have been
names.
Logan Private, as per the hot takes yesterday.
I went with that. Was a good one. You should have.
Yeah.
I went with Lando Curly season, which is one of Marcel and I's jokes about Lando Curly season. And then, I can't remember what my other team name was. I guess it wasn't that good. Or else I'd probably remember it right now. Anyway, back to the list.
Somebody already says it's a great list.
What?
So,
are you guys serious?
From
this is
to
a good
be
list?
determined, yeah.
Trev, you're nodding your head over there. We're not even to the top 2 yet.
This is a good list, Dusty. Yeah, I'm liking it a lot, actually. I'm very curious. I'm off my seat right now.
This fires me up for my list. Like, I can't wait for trade deadline day. I cannot wait for trade deadline day. I plan on being on the air for 14 straight hours. I'm weaseling my way into the hangout that day.
Sure.
And then, back on Lock Shop and at Oil Stream and then into our bonus deadline day coverage.
You're going to just log into the Winnipeg Sports Talk chat. Hey, boys. How you
I'm just going to hop. I'm going to force my way in. I'm going to not even the chat. I'm going to hack myself in the video with us.
Remus, fire me up.
I'm going to set it up so I can pull around the edge of the video. Like, what's up, guys? Good to be here.
You approach Huss behind him as he's doing the show.
All right. So, it's a pretty good list. I've still got 2 names on it. I don't even know if I need to do it. Like the list is already so good.
Are one of the names Nick Seeler from Philly? Good Time Charlie's asking in your top 2.
Spoiler alert, no. But also, a reasonable target.
Sure.
Reasonable target for sure. Number 2 on the list, as I had mentioned earlier, if this guy does in fact become available, I think he would be ideal. Now it's just he's a rental, so I've got a guy with term number 1 on the list because I'm a big term guy. I want the term.
You're going hunting here. This isn't something that's already been discussed type of thing. Like, this isn't on a trade bait. This isn't somebody being dangled.
He's on the boards.
You're okay.
He's on the boards.
I like you going to pry guys.
But I just don't see his team giving up just yet.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going. Can I get a drum roll for the number 2 spot? Let's go number 2 on this. Trevor, you drum rolling? There we go. Tyler Toffoli. Would he not be perfect on the right side with Leon Draisaitl on the second line? My goodness, if Tyler Toffoli becomes available, paid that man his money. About that man being general manager of the New Jersey Devils to get that deal done. So Tyler Toffoli would be number 2 on a list that is being called by many one of the best lists they've ever seen on this show.
Paraphrasing.
And the number 1 player on my top 10 trade deadline targets. Drum roll, please. He comes with term. 5.8 mil. Maybe they would retain Pavel Buchnevich.
You You've won a Buchnevich.
That's
You've
the
won a
one.
Buchnevich.
That's the one. That's the guy. Get it done.
How dude.
Yeah. That's the list right there. That's the list. Whew, man, adrenaline flowing through my body right now. Coming off this list and the energy in the show right now. It's a great buzz.
You're ODing. That great list. And again, to be determined kind of, great list. The comments. Buchnevich. Didn't see it coming. Number 1, Steinbach, the nemesis from Whistle Dog, maybe.
The nemesis.
The nemesis. So this is good. I like this. I like the path you've set. We're expecting Ken to, strike at least once in the top 5, maybe once in the bottom?
I don't want to put too much pressure on whoever the hell's calling the shots over there, but you got to have at least one of the guys off this list.
I just emailed this to OEG you can just send it away.
If the Oilers can't land one of these 10 guys, then what are we even doing here?
Well, and if somebody that you want did make the list, please text it in, 780-218-9999. Would be interesting to hear it.
Danny Moss is in and says, we just won the Stanley Cup. All right.
Yeah.
If Ken Holland can get 2 guys off this list.
Yeah, not the whole list.
That's a trade deadline day 1. That's a trade deadline day 1. No questions asked. Ross Creek says, no Henrique. RCN, are you even paying attention? Adam Henrique's 4th on the list.
Bad form from RCN. I would have expected better from him. Hey,
this guy's a veteran in the trade list biz.
Come on, RCN.
Holy smokes! You think people are going to be talking about how great a list is, and Adam Henrique's not going to be on it?
Just to recap, Buchnevich was your number 1. He, of course, the forward.
You want me to recap the whole list?
Well, your highest defenseman, please.
Carrier out of Nashville.
That's okay.
Not to be confused with the forward in Vegas. Here's the list again, just in case you missed it. You might have just hopped in. I could probably spend the next hour and a half on the show just recapping this list every 10 minutes.
I think you show your work for each
Numbers
and every
would be through the roof.
Each and every target. Right?
Yeah. Coming up just after 7:30, what I'd give up for every single one of these guys individually. Here's the list one more time. No goalies on the list. We think they're going to be out on the goalies. They're going into the playoffs with Skinner and Pickard. Frank Vetrano, number 10 on the list. Scott Lawton, number 9 on the list. Nick Dowd, number 8 on the list. Sean Walker, number 7 on the list. Vladimir Tarasenko, number 6 on the list. Alexander Carrier, number 5 on the list. Adam Henrique, number 4 on the list. Jake Gensel, number 3 on the list. Tyler Toffoli, number 2 on the list. And Pavel Buchnevich. And what an intro for Buchnevich there. Hey, we had the drum roll going. I was full-blown like MMA introducing this guy.
Felt like we all won a car on Price is Right or something.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Who's not on the list that you think should be on the list? What do you think? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Kevin from the Bergman Hood. What a handle. Morning, guys. Why would the Flyers trade anyone? Currently in the playoffs and in a good spot. I said the exact same thing 2 days ago on the show with an I says pardon. But I got to put him on the list. I still don't know why Philly would start dumping guys off when they're 3rd in their division and appear to be playoff bound. But these guys keep popping up on experts trade bait boards. So they got to be some sort of bait.
Preds have won 7 straight. Sitting locked in wild card spot 2.
Surveyor Brett says in the nasty chat, now give us 11 to 25 on the list.
Now we're talking.
That would have been the ultimate twist. Coming up after 7:30, names 11 to 25.
Full 100.
God.
You keep releasing them 25 at a time. No Parayko, somebody asks.
Yeah, I do think Parayko's an upgrade on Cody Ceci, but what are you supposed to do with that contract for the next half a decade? And I love Colton Parayko, but contract situation-wise, just doesn't seem very feasible in that situation. Penner's Pancake says 2 of my 3 are on there. Henrique, Dowd, and Bogosian for 7D. Won't cost much as an asset. Can use to dump Campbell and then get Crosby at 30% retained. Oh, you guys and your Sidney Crosby love. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's real good. 780-218-9999. We'll get your cool bet hotline of the day on the other side here. We got to get to an update. I says pardon on the way just after 7:30. More of your reaction to the best list that we've dropped since we launched Edmonton Sports Talk.
I say we frame it, put it up somewhere in the studio. Why not? You
love that list that much?
Why not? You can autograph it.
Do you think if I didn't have a chin
Raffle it
strap
off.
right now, that list would have come with as much fire?
Well, not with as much confidence as
No
you
chance.
suited. No.
No chance. It's a good day. I wasn't feeling great yesterday. I'm back today, baby. I got more energy today. I'm feeling pretty good. I had a 6-hour nap yesterday afternoon. That's not a nap. That's a full-blown sleep.
Lots of term on Parayko. You just said you really like term, Dusty.
Not that much term. Not that much term. Don't put term words in my mouth.
The guy likes term, just not
I
the
like some term.
not the extra large version. Yeah.
I don't like extended term for guys that you're like, I don't know if you should be paying that guy that much when he's that old. Give me a short-term term. That's what I'm looking at. Let's get to a sports update for Park Mazda with Lieutenant Eric. On the other side, I says pardon. That's a good. And your cool bet hotline of the day still to come. Your reaction to the list. 780-218-9999. How do you feel about not having a goalie anywhere to be seen on there? What say you?
Oilers getting set to visit Seattle tomorrow afternoon. They'll return home to host Pittsburgh Sunday night. Seattle shutting out Pittsburgh last night 2-0. Elsewhere, Kings over the Canucks 5-1. Colorado blanking Chicago 5-0. Preds have now won 7 straight following a 6-1 win over Minnesota. Boston dropping Vegas 5-4 and the Stars over the Jets 4-1. Leafs acquiring defenseman Ilya Lyubushkin yesterday from the Ducks in exchange for a 25 third-rounder. Ducks will retain 50% of that salary. The Hurricanes will receive a 24 sixth-round pick to retain an additional 50% of that remaining salary. Spurs over OKC 132-118 in NBA action, while the Lakers would defeat the Wizards 134-131 in overtime. Raps are back on the court tonight. They'll host the Warriors in one of 9 games. Back over to hockey. Oil Kings visit Medicine Hat tonight. Puck drop 7 o'clock. Club are back home to host Swift Current tomorrow night. 5 games around the AJHL tonight as the regular season will come to a close tomorrow night with 4 more. Alberta Pandas hockey, they're in Vancouver today to play Game 1 against UBC of the Canada West Finals. And the Briar draw 1 tonight from Regina. A clash of Alberta rinks will take place when the Coulee rink faces off against the Sluchinski rink. Action gets underway at 5 o'clock. Sports update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda, where dealer principal Mitch Lewicki would like a copy of his list to pass out to his staff.
Makes sense.
If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as newborn 8-pound, 6-ounce Mitch Lewicki. You can picture grown-up Mitch, or teenage Mitch, or bearded Mitch, or whoever you want.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Somebody once told me that I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool, the ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charge. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charge if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap straight fire? How about yours? You're just so popular you never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey
it is
now,
the first day of Chin Strap Awareness Month. Help us end the stigma with the month of church. 780-218-9999. Surveyor Brett's already put it in his phone. It's the anniversary of the best EST list ever. I cannot wait.
Day
March
one of
1st
church,
next year to be like,
yeah.
Dusty, remember the list. Maybe I'll have a follow-up list at that point. Do Fishby's asking an interesting question here as well. How many of the guys on my list actually get traded? He set the over-under at 3.5. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over 3.5 on that list. I would think Nick Dowd gets traded. I would think Tarasenko probably gets traded. Adam Henrique probably gets traded. Frank Vetrano.
Frankie.
Probably Frankie Vetrano probably gets traded. Carrier with the market for defensemen right now, Nashville's going to absolutely hose somebody on that guy. So I'd take the over 3.5 on these guys actually getting traded. The Georgia satellite is in. It says Buchnevich is the golden ticket. If he's a swing and miss, would the oil be up the creek without a Pavel? Man, that's a good one.
It's hot down south, eh?
Survey Breast says, Dusty, turn to the side. Show us that strap. Look, man, it's...
You should actually do the whole show from a side angle today.
I should have just sat like this the entire show. Not looked at the camera once. No, it's tight.
Yes,
it looks
no,
good.
Very good. And you planned this out perfectly.
Good.
It's just the right length. Now, you're going to let that thing buck, correct, for the month? Like you're going to be
yeah,
approaching...
I mean, I was just going to grow it all back in, and then I'll clean it up again at the end of the month.
No, don't clean it up. Let it go. Let it go. Like, just let it...
Oh, you want it just to, like, full Colby Rasmussen?
Yes.
Oh, we'll see.
Let's see how wild you can get over the next 30 days.
All I know is my wife's probably excited for when I come home today. She loves chin strap Dusty.
As we said, another Nielsen kid in about 9 months' time.
Not going to happen. Let's get to your cool bet hotline of the day. Then we'll get to ISIS Pardon. More reaction to the list that was dropped earlier on today. NHL action tonight over at Cool Bets. Just 3 games on tap. Arizona Coyotes taking on the Ottawa Senators. The Coyotes have, lost all of them in a row.
Yeah, that's quite a streak.
Yeah, that's it's not a good look right now. Philadelphia Flyers -124 on the road against the Washington Capitals, New Jersey Devils, and the Anaheim Ducks.
Good on Toronto getting that win over Arizona. They hadn't beat Arizona at home since 2002 or something like that. A crazy stat. Like,
now they probably don't play them too much at home,
sure,
but still,
it's once a year.
That is kind of crazy. That is a little bit nuts. Let's see, where do we go here for the Cool Bet hotline of the day today? Let's go.
Raptors Warriors tonight?
No. Flyers Capitals under 6 -116.
Let's go.
Light night in the NHL. We'll dive into a bunch of fun stuff. We'll take a look at the golf and stuff. I know Huss laid out his Briar picks. What about anything from the Briar, Rick? Have you taken a look at the where are we at here?
I've taken a look. I'm not going to lean any which way.
Too early.
Due to the fact. Yeah, I mean,
some heavy favorites.
These opening draws are nice. Evening, you
top.
get the one draw of the day. The evening draw kind of sets places. Again, an all Alberta affair tonight in draw 1. Sluchinski up against Cooey. No, I don't have any too much in depth. I know Huss is probably all over this, and you guys will, throw a few rocks in the lock shop probably when it comes to the Briar, but. It's the first weekend. See how that susses out. Monday, you'll have a picture, right? And then we can kind of go forward. But, yeah, right now I just want to see the teams get on the ice. The Pebble, mind you.
On the Pebble.
On the Pebble.
You got to say it correctly, right? What about a botcher blowout tonight?
Sure.
-4.5 rocks on the rock line at -132.
Sure.
Playing Newfoundland and Labrador.
Newfoundland and Labrador. What do we got here? Yeah, Team Newfoundland and Labrador. The Andrew Simons rink. I sure go with Botcher.
Let's roll Botcher tonight. -4.5. Not even tonight. It's noon. It's at noon today. Botcher -4.5. Something to dabble in on a Friday afternoon. It's your cool bet hotline of the day.
Well, no, that's Botcher.
Yeah. Oh, it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's tomorrow.
That'd be the.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the.
All right.
Noon draw. Yeah, tomorrow, but.
What do you think about Cooey -1.5 in this Alberta matchup?
Sure.
That's tonight. 5 o'clock.
Be something to chew on during draw
Cooey
1,
and
right?
Sluchinski.
Make it a little interesting for yourself.
All right, let's go Cooey -1.5 rocks at -105 tonight. 5 o'clock at the Briar.
What's the Saskatchewan PEI one? I mean, ask the home rink. Draw 1. Might see them get out to a bit of action. If you can catch them on an underdog maybe or something. I don't know.
They're -4.5 +100. Do you like that one more than Cooey -1.5?
I take the Cooey one.
All right, we'll roll with the Cooey one for tonight.
Briar Huzzah, the Montana's Briar, if you will.
The Montana's Briar.
You got it.
How about this Montana's push recently? Nice work.
Tell them it's your birthday.
As far as places you can go in and draw on the table.
It'll always be the Labatt's Briar.
Yeah, it's gonna be
that was
tough
one of the best
filling those shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to have people automatically think of it as Montana's Briar. All right, let's get into I Says Pardon for Lawyer Central. Check them out. Get a clean slate for an affordable rate. www.lawyer-central.com/pardons. Or, of course, you can just give them a call if you don't want to waste the time. Go on the website, just pick up the phone and get this record cleared. 1-888-288-8177, 1-888-288-8177. And we've been talking about the pardons, but they'll help you with other issues, other legal issues as well, right? So if you got anything else going on, they got lawyers all across the country. Lawyer-central.com is where you can find them. And we've been plugging the pardons lately because the segment's called I Says Pardon. But they'll help you with other issues as well. So give them a call, 1-888-288-8177. Vancouver yesterday with the Grey Cup Festival reveal and everything that you got going on down there. And one of our initial plans this year at Grey Cup was to have Edmonton Sports Talk at the Grey Cup next year.
Somehow, some way, we're going to be down there.
Well, somebody in this country needs to, let's go down and support it. Edmonton, the Elks probably aren't going to be in it. We hope they are. But either way, I mean, Grey Cup is a phenomenal event for this country.
You can't get all your CFL coverage from the States. And somebody in Canada's got to take the reins, right?
It would be great for us to get down there. So fingers are crossed that we'll get our whole crew down there. Trev's never been to a Grey Cup before. The rest of us have. We know it's an absolutely amazing time. But they're going to have a couple of zip lines. One of them that'll take you 75 kilometers an hour.
That's
over downtown.
Come on now. I read that. I must have read over that.
Says pardon?
6 times I read that.
What is this?
It must be. It's got to be a mistake.
How does a zip line go 75 kilometers an hour?
And the mistake is it's 75 miles per hour.
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know how you put. You'd have to wear some sort of suit, hey? I mean, multiple waiver forms signed. There'll
be 2 zip lines at the Grey Cup Festival. There will be one that goes out over the water, which would be pretty cool too. And then another one that goes 75 kilometers an hour.
There's the RBC
over downtown.
The RBC Harbor zip line, which is the over the water, and then the Car Star Street zip line. And that's got some length to it there.
I will not. I'm just giving you guys a heads up right now, even if the whole crew's there. I will not be going on either zip line. Definitely the one that goes 75 kilometers over downtown. Like, is there some sort of...
Look,
like,
we went to
are
the
they
Sphere.
propelling you? How are you going 75 kilometers an hour?
My legs were shaking on level 4 of the Sphere.
The Sphere was steep. The Sphere was steep.
This stuff is not for me. I'm sorry. I'll do a lot of things for the cause, but
you're not gonna. You're gonna pull
this can't be one of them. I'll pass out. It'll be me on a zip line passed out, and my limp body will be going down whatever avenue. Who wants to see that?
Like, man, going 75 kilometers an hour just attached to a zip line seems kind of dangerous to me.
Yeah, like your organs would be, like.
Okay,
you'd have to wear some sort of. There's got to be a suit.
Tommy
Space
probably
suit.
wouldn't do it. Mess up his hair. Yeah. Matty Wannick? You think Matty Wannick? I think Matty Wannick does.
Matt might chew this one. If we were all being too many cowards here, he might be the one to take it.
Well, you know why? Because Matty loves experiences.
Yeah.
Right? He'd be like, this is part of Grey Cup in Vancouver. I'm doing it.
Remember we went in the dunk tank that one year at the old station and he cut himself?
Yeah, but he cut his head.
He just
still has a scar to this day.
I know.
YouTube Trev, if we're able to get the whole crew down there, where do you come out on taking the 75-kilometer zip line over downtown Vancouver?
Yeah, I was just looking it up, like what's the average speed, but yeah, they're not close to that. But I'd like to think, like, I've zip
the average speed of a zip line is?
It's like 25 to 30. Oh wait, miles. That's miles per hour.
Oh,
yeah. So you're.
I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure. I went on a, obviously being in the mountains, I went ziplining quite a bit on summer vacations and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure, like, I went on one. It was like one of the fastest zip lines in all of Canada, or like at least Western Canada. So yeah, I definitely do it, but it wasn't that high. It was pretty low.
Yeah.
And so this one, I'm feeling it's a little higher up there. But
if I was 5 feet above ground, sign me up. But
yeah.
Over an open body of water,
I would pay to see Dusty or one of you to go on that. Oh, that would be funny. Just Dusty, just screaming. You'd be screaming the whole time.
I think. I mean, I could possibly be calling the Grey Cup on radio again next year. But my highlight of Grey Cup weekend would be you passed out, just limp, going on the zip line.
It would be so good. Yeah, just limp, like literally just hanging there.
That would be...
maybe that's the only way I do it is passed out. That might be the only way. You choke me out. Strap me up.
All right, strap me in. Okay, I'm ready, Dusty. I choke you out. Yeah. There you go.
That might be...
Yeah, we get you to the other end. Matt slaps your face and you wake back up. What happened? I blacked out.
Well, this is good. It's got people talking. That's the good thing for Grey Cup Festival. We haven't even heard the entertainment yet, and we're already, the buzz is alive.
And Elmar Dolman is going to deliver entertainment in Vancouver. This guy knows people who knows people. You know, like the entertainment at Grey Cup in Vancouver is going to be absolutely amazing.
First time since 2014.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Huh.
Yeah, that'll be that's 10 years right there. Gus is Gus retracted his message.
Uh-oh.
It's nice to be able to do that. Once you send it to the inbox, Parachuter's inbox, you're screwed. It's in there forever. Yeah. Right? On the YouTube, you can at least kind of take it away a little bit. McDiesel's in it, says, Maddie goes full Mission Impossible. Right? That would be
like flying over downtown.
Hovering.
With
that'd be
a little
that'd be a
light
lot
on
of
his
fun.
head or something.
That'd be a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm just getting excited for Grey Cup. I hope we can all be down there. Yeah. And I got to get somebody. I got to get somebody on the that damn zip line. Even if we have to take straws, like in Armageddon. And then if I draw the shortest straw, I want you or Trev to like pull the Bruce Willis and push me away and do it for me. Because that's the last thing I want.
Maybe
I can't
they
do
could
it.
strap you and Suits in together. Like front to front, you guys could be holding on to each other. And,
That would be cool, actually. Cliff is in and says, you could do it for charity. Don't you care about the kids?
No, yeah, it'd have to have some sort of charitable angle. I mean, you got to pay to play here for this one.
Hampton Steve to the Paris Jewelers inbox. This is a good Friday show. People are buzzing today. There's a bunch of funny texts rolling in. Guys, I don't think that's a real zip line. Rather, they just push you off of the top of a building downtown. That's a good one. Guys, go a bit north and do the bungee jumping in Whistler. Yeah, that's something I'm going to do. I'm going to bungee jump.
As you're trying to get out of the zip line thing, you're going to bungee jump next day.
Yeah, there's zero chance you will ever find me on a bungee jump.
We're not ones for heights. Is that fair? I will
not
raise
a big
my
heights
hand.
guy.
I'm not like, and it's not like it strikes fear into me. I just lose my marbles.
Yeah, there's basically two types of heights people, right? You're afraid of heights, you're okay with heights. How many people love heights? I don't know anybody that's like, put me up there as high as you can.
Well, those
and
rock
leave
climbers
me
and
unsafely.
such, you get a bit of a rush.
Yeah, but are they doing it because they love the height, or are they doing it because they love the challenge of climbing the rocks?
I think they're just doing it to show off.
That's probably what it is. Most rock climbers are show-offs. 100%. Look at me, I can hang with one arm.
It's Seinfeld guy, the backwards hat, right?
Yeah, Tony.
Tony.
Hey,
Do
you want a sandwich, Tony? I brought sandwiches, Tony. Yeah, there's Tony. Tony.
Yeah.
Remember when George turns his hat around backwards slowly? Oh, legendary move. Trev, you ever bungee jumped?
No, that's definitely something I'd like to do one day.
Like heights?
Yeah, like as far as like I hate flying, but like it's not because of the like being high up there. Like when I love hiking, you know, just to be on top of the mountain and see the view. Like I love that. That's so sweet.
I just get dizzy. Like I get that depth perception. That's the problem. Yeah. I like heights. I like a good view.
Trev, have you ever been to a Turkish prison?
No, I don't
Do you
even
know what movie that's from? You know what movie that's from? Somebody's gonna know what movie that's
Mission
from.
Impossible.
Somebody hit me up in the nasty chatter on the text line. Somebody's gonna know where that came from. I hope, or else I really missed on that joke. But I hope somebody gets it. That'll feel pretty vindicated if somebody can nail that one. 780-218-9999. In some sort of weird twist, very briefly, did you see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on Twitter last night?
Cream?
Yeah, this is the best.
Okay.
There's this huge white guy, plays college basketball, looks like a beauty lister. He's got like glasses and he's not in great shape.
Not since Grady Dick have we seen a talent such as this.
If you go look at my Twitter, I retweeted it with like a couple eyes.
It's already
emojis.
showing up. This is.
But his nickname is Kareem.
Goodness gracious.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Am I reading this right? Indiana State?
Indiana State.
Okay.
He plays at Indiana State. What's his name? Bobby Avila? Anyway.
Yeah, Robbie Avila.
And his nickname is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Man, can he dish? He's
which
making
is amazing.
Some behind the back plays. He's like
I'm not sure he can dunk.
There's the
he
kid
looks
off,
like he's 6'10", but
that big red off TikTok that keeps playing that basement basketball
the
league.
Basement basketball guy. Yeah.
Same type of thing here. Same energy I'm getting.
The exact same.
Wow.
But anyway, that is one of the greatest nicknames I've ever heard in my life. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, this guy's got game. Already a tattoo.
He has a tattoo already?
Like full bicep sleeve patch on his right arm.
It doesn't say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, does it?
It might.
That'd be something if it did.
He's already inked.
By
He's
the
got
way,
a little goatee. I think you could have I could see a chin strap coming up those jaw lines.
This dude
on
could
this
roll
puppy.
a chin strap for sure.
Come on, Cream.
He reminds me of a guy from March Madness a couple years ago. Remember that
There's
guy?
always-
There's always
like
a guy. One hilarious, awkward, big white guy who can pass the ball very well for a big man. Every single March Madness, this pops up. Who was the guy a couple years ago? You know what I'm talking about.
I do know who you're talking
and
about.
I think he had a chin strap.
Was it Wichita State
his
or
name
something
Matt?
like that?
Matt's, Oh, what was that dude's name?
Funny white guys from
He was
March
so
Madness.
he was so good. Vaughn is in it. Says, "Hey Dusty, don't call me Shirley." That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Airplane. You guys got it.
Yes.
You ever been to a Turkish prison? You ever seen a grown man naked? And the reason it ties in is because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in that cockpit.
It's a bad week for me to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah, another classic airplane line. Yeah, different guy, but same movie. What was something Brook? Matt something Brook, I think. And he was on a team with like blue and white jerseys. I can't remember his name. But anyway, that guy fit the bill. He fit the bill. He very much reminds me of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Like they all meld into one in your brain. You're right. There's always a guy.
I'm gonna be sitting around this afternoon and thinking, oh, I remember who he was.
It's like the Bonham snowman. Hey, like it's just kind of that
Bonhomme
from
Carnival.
Carnival.
I think. Hey, we're 25 likes away from 200. Let's just crush it. Then we don't have to talk about it anymore.
May as well.
Give us a thumbs up. We'd appreciate it.
We
feel like that's pretty good. So let's get into it right now. That's so good for Italian Center Shop. It's been a great 2 weeks since we launched this thing. Paninos are flying around like crazy. We ate them all last week on the show. We're going to be going back to pick up some pizza this week. We're going to be crushing some pizza on the show.
And then the cream stuffed pastries.
In honor of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is absolutely terrific. You know what I want you to do? I want you to, because we're going to tie this in here, as you watch Formula One this weekend. You know, whether it's the qualifying or whatever, swing on by Italian Center Shop, pick up a panino that you can have after the race, and just sit back and enjoy it. All right, you can't go wrong. As I said, my nephew sent me a video. Actually, maybe I can just bring up the audio quickly on it.
Yeah,
the Godfather sent this to me. Sent me this
good on
to
the
me
Godfather,
yesterday.
raising him right.
This is my nephew Tayson. Let's see here, make sure this is cranked. Here we go.
That's so good.
Oh,
yeah, that's as he eats a panino. That's
get him on the payroll.
That's so good.
Yeah, he nailed it. It was, and it looks delicious. He's having the panino right there, loving it. He's absolutely loving it. You'll love it as well. It's got the house-made baguette. It's huge too. Comes wrapped in that deli paper, so you know it's legit too. Nobody's ever been like, "Oh, that thing in the deli paper wasn't good." If you have a good product, you're putting it in deli paper.
Already cut in half. A half of that sandwich is a good meal. Now you could cut that half in half. As you say, race day, save it till later. You could have 4 sandwiches.
I think you could feed 4 people with 1 panino.
Yep.
Try it today. Swing by Italian Center Shop for lunch. Pick it up. Grab the house-made baguette topped with olive oil, oregano, roasted red pepper spread. They got the mortadellas, the capicolos, the provolone.
The gabagool.
Available hot or mild. They're both good. The hot one isn't crazy hot. Like I'm not a huge hot one guy, but the hot one tastes good to me.
Yeah.
I like it. Wrapped in a deli paper, easy to grab. Grab and go meal.
Why not?
And we got the pizza pies coming up next week. Which
Are
will be
we
a lot of fun.
making them here ourselves? Like, are we putting it in the oven? Like, are we going to be tossing the dough in the air and the whole bit? Or are we just?
I'm not sure how it's going to work just yet.
Because they got the pre-mades. We can go either way.
We'll probably grab.
I'd like to make a pie during the show,
and then wouldn't that be something? Look at this guy.
Add a topping every once in a while, right?
It's like Kramer when he went to that pizza place where you make your own pizza in the oven. You can't have a bunch of people putting it in the oven.
What a novel idea, eh?
Anyway, that's good today. F1 TV. Had it for a few years now. There is no streaming product in sports that even comes close to F1 TV. That's so good. Gager, where are you? Gager will have my back right now.
He was here yesterday. He had it on our TV.
He was here yesterday. He was watching it on our TV.
He gifted us the account. We can
logged
use,
in with his own account.
So, I mean, I felt like I was on pit row.
I got
it feels
on
like you're wearing the big,
I got it on my phone.
Beauty.
I got it on my iPad. I got it on my smart TVs at home, where you can also, of course, watch the Nielsen Show and everything at Edmonton Sports Talk every single day, just on a little YouTube tab on your TVs at home. It's to be able to go on and listen to every we did new Pit Stop Pals last night.
Yes.
You can find it here on YouTube. Check it out, Pit Stop Pals channel. Gager and I hopped on last night, banged out a season preview here. And he said yesterday, because he's a sick puppy, but he was listening to helmet cams from practice yesterday. And that it's such a great viewing experience. Like, you log on, you log in, you're watching the race. They've got all the options on the side. You want to watch Max Verstappen's helmet cam and hear what his team's saying to him. You just click that. You got like 3 different broadcast feeds. It's just, I mean, other sports got to get on board with this type of stuff. I mean, I don't know how you can take advantage of it, but can you imagine if you could go and watch the game from any Edmonton Oilers helmet just to do it, just to try it, just to sort of mix it up. Go watch the game from Draisaitl's point of view and hear what they're saying the entire time. Like that would it would just be access that which would leaps and bounds ahead of any of these other leagues right now with what they're doing.
I've never been in a spaceship, but I would imagine that the dash of a spaceship is what F1 TV looks like. He's pulling up temperatures from tires, from the track, from the air, from the wind, and it's all changing immediately. Like there's no delay, there's no nothing. As I said, it feels like watching that. It feels like you're in pit row, and it feels like you're watching the screens that it feels like you are on the track with them, like on the grid, like you're part of the team.
I know it's 2024. But I still don't know how they have the technology to make F1 TV be as good and as smooth as it is.
Well worth the whatever price you're paying there.
It is. It is. As F1 starts again, I'm telling you, if you are an F1 fan at all, you have to check out F1
maybe
TV.
Even if you're flirting with the idea, this will easily put it over the top. You're proposing come Monday.
You'll love it.
You'll fall in love immediately.
It's just you can't get that anywhere else. You can't get what F1T brings you anywhere else. Bronco Nick is in and says F1 TV is fantastic. Nick, it's not fantastic. It's that's good. That's what F1 TV is.
HR Daddy chimes in.
I see that. I was not expecting that today, but
The Godfather, I'm sure, would like to hear that text.
Mr. Nielsen, HR Daddy, is in and says, hey, I told Nasty Nana that I wanted to grow a chin strap. She told me I can't because I wouldn't look handsome. So she told me she'd grow one for me. My parents got to get more of a life, eh? I mean,
I envy their relationship,
God love them,
to be honest.
Yeah. There's Gager. Yeah, see, Gager's in there. Gager says, I'm using it right now. Right? I'm going to bring it up right now, too. I'm gonna watch along.
Why not? Prop
F1 TV.
Here, yeah.
Boom, right there. We'll set it up.
Sure, we have a little watch.
I cursed at myself today when I came in because I was like, man, I should have brought the iPad in. So we could have actually, we should F1 and F1 TV on there. We just have F1 TV right here on the TV right in front of us.
YouTube.
That'd be pretty good, actually, I think.
No, I dropped the ball as well. I was going to wear my Mercedes. The plan was, and I told Gager, I had my Mercedes shirt ready to go with the Red Bull hoodie over top. I was going to do the Red Bull hoodie for half the show, peel it off, reveal the Mercedes in the classic double take, right?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Everybody loves a fan of racing.
What an F1 guy over here.
Ferrari cap, Mercedes shirt, Red Bull pants. Why not?
780-218-9999. Pick up a panino from Italian Center Shop this week. Feed your family for the weekend. Feed your family. If you got 2 paninos, you could feed your family for the weekend.
Yep.
I'm not even BSing you. And it's $10. You can't get a sandwich this big for $10 anywhere.
It is a steal of a deal. Like you're actually stealing from them when you purchase one. Kick off Formula 1 season in style. Get a couple sandwiches, laze around, and enjoy. Make this Monday.
That's a good for Italian Center Shop. If you'd like to play Kind of Easy Trivia today, we got Jamie McLennan coming up around 8:20. We got Sobeys and Safer Liquor Beer of the Week around 8:40 today. We're going to give you a gift certificate, a chance to win a GC to that as well. But if you would like to play Kind of Easy Trivia this morning, if you're listening on iHeart or on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com or you're watching over on YouTube right now, fire us a text. Fire YouTube Trev a text right now and say you would like to play Kind of Easy Trivia this morning. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Let them know you would like to play. You can win a $25 gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Speaking of delicious places, that's it. That's when we meet with a client and they're like, we're interested. I start by asking them, is your stuff delicious? And if they say yes, then I say, okay, let's work on something together. And it's worked out so well so far. We got a bunch of delicious places on board.
Only 10s. Only dealing with 10s.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you'd like to play Kind of Easy Trivia right now, fire a text over 780-218-9999. If you are listening on iHeart, make sure you give the channel a little favorite there so it just pops up very easily for you moving forward as we plan on taking over iHeart locally here. So check it out if you've not yet already. 3 questions too many coming up here just after 8 o'clock. Jamie McLennan is going to join us, although he was going out having a few drinks last night. So if he doesn't join us, I still will be proud of him. And let me say he had a really good night. So,
and the legend will continue.
They don't have any of those oxygen bars in Calgary. So I'll be interested to see what type of shape Noodles is in today. Anyway, he's going to join us around 8:20 this morning. And yes, we will ask him about Labushkin. Beer of the week on the way as well. Don't go anywhere. And if you're looking for work, Claiborne Services, check them out, claiborneservices.com. Eric's got a sports update coming the way. They are hiring at all different levels. So if you're looking for a fresh start, you want to make a bunch of money fast, ClayburnServices.com is the place to do it. Let's get into it with LTE.
Oilers in Seattle tomorrow afternoon before returning home to host Pittsburgh Sunday night. Seattle shutting out the Penguins yesterday 2-0. Leafs acquiring defenseman Ilya Lyubushkin from the Ducks yesterday in exchange for a 25 third-rounder. Ducks will retain 50% of the salary. The Hurricanes, receiving a 24 sixth-rounder, will retain the other half. San Antonio with a shock win over OKC, 132-118 in NBA action. Raps are back on the court tonight. They'll host the Warriors in one of 9 games. Oil Kings are in Medicine Hat tonight to battle the Tigers. Puck drops 7 o'clock. The club are back home to host the Swift Current Broncos tomorrow night. AJHL regular season comes to a close this weekend. 5 games around the league tonight, followed by 4 tomorrow. Alberta Pandas hockey are in Vancouver to face UBC, Game 1 of the Canada West semifinals. And Draw 1 from the Montana's Briar will go tonight from Regina. One of the games will feature a clash of Alberta rinks as the Cooey rink will take face-off against Team Slachinski. Action gets underway at 5 o'clock Mountain. Sports update for Clayburn Services. Take your career to the next level with Clayburn Services. They are hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind, knowing that they are an industry leader in safety. You can visit them www.clayburnservices.com or give them a call. Reach Jeff, 780-910-6728.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
In the morning. It is the Nielsen Show. Dustin Nielson and Lieutenant Eric with you. You can text us anytime. Paris Jewelers inbox. Go see our friends at PJ's. 22 locations. Canadian family owned. Brilliant people over there. www.parisjewelers.com or visit any of their 22 locations. And of course, remember, flexible financing options. You may not have to pay until 2025, which is real nice. A&W text of the day still up for grabs. We have a lot of good text messages rolling so far. Keep them rolling, and we'll get that going. I like this one. Penner's Pancake says, advertising does work. Last 3 Saturdays, I go to Emerald Hills Popeyes around 11:18ish, have a spicy blackened chicken sandwich, and listen to Hello Hockey. And I was never a big Popeyes guy before. Well, you are now.
That's a good double up. Hey, Hello Hockey family on a Saturday with a little Popeyes to wake you up.
That's real nice, isn't it?
Not bad.
That's really good. Jamie McLennan coming up here in about 15 minutes or so. If you missed the list, really move the needle in the 7 o'clock hour. My list of top 10 free agents, or not top 10 free agents, top 10 trade deadline day targets that I'd like to see the Oilers go after.
You gonna tweet that puppy out or something? I'd say you get that. You get it making the circles here. Hey, send it to random emails. Here's the list.
I should send it because
all of our clients.
I should send it to the TSN hockey email list that I'm on. And just say, just so you know, from Edmonton Sports Talk today, this is Dusty with a chin strap, my top 10 Oilers deadline day targets.
An emoji mic drop type of thing.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I think,
thank me later.
I think that would probably go over very well. Might be a good idea. 3 questions too many coming up. Jamie McLennan coming up. Sobeys and Safer Liquor Beer of the Week on the way here in our number 4 today as well. It is the first day of Chin Strap Awareness Month. Happy Church First, everybody. We're almost at 200 likes. That's a pretty quick 200 today. And I have to say, I think it might have to do with either the list or the chinny, as some guys call it.
I think a good combination of the two, but how do you celebrate? 780-218-9999.
How do you recognize church?
How long do you keep the decorations up? Is the tree up yet?
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
I want people really, like, not just growing the chin strap, but, like, every year in our house, we, We capture a coyote, bring it in, and it lives with us for the month.
I do buy my kids charged presents.
Sure, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
charged 25th.
We had shirts made one year.
Presents.
Correct. We had
I have a
t-shirts.
shirt. Yeah, I'm going to bring the shirt in.
Yeah.
I think my wife's hidden it on me, but I'm going to find it.
Outside of growing the chin strap, what are other ways you do celebrate?
I'm going to wear that. I'm going to wear that church shirt proudly every single day the rest of the month.
Maybe you print out pictures of Lewis Hamilton and just put them on your windows.
Put them around the wall. Yeah,
for neighbors to see.
That's a good text way today. Tell us how you celebrate Charch, or how we could celebrate Charch even more.
Yes.
Help us end the stigma. Share those pictures when you had a chin strap and you were handsome like me. All right, who's playing kind of easy trivia today?
Today we have Jerry.
Jerry's going to play today. You know what we say with Jerry? We always go, Jerry, hello. That's we'll get into that. Needs to get 3 out of 5 correct to win the gift certificate today to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever. Hampton Inn, corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. They're good people there, too. We do a lot of business with good people. And Mike and his crew there, Mr. Mike's, great people, good
Another
guys.
10.
6 o'clocker lager on tap. The Nielsen recommendation, classic Mike burger with fries and gravy. You're not going to go wrong. And then at the end, after you finish your fries, if you save a little bit of that burger bun, you can dip it in the gravy. And it's real good. Real good. All right, Jerry is going to play today. Needs to get 3 out of 5 correct. Jerry, good morning. Hello.
Hello, Nielsen.
Hello, Jerry. I'll start the ticker after you read the first question. Good luck, man. Don't let us down today, okay?
Your cousin Jeffrey in the Parks Department got 5 out of 5. So
Jeffrey would have got this right. Here we go. Which Oiler currently leads the NHL in assists?
McDavid.
What team does Nathan McKinnon play for?
Colorado.
How many goals has Connor Brown scored this season?
Just as many as me, 0.
What position does Marc-Andre Fleury play?
Goalie.
Which league is currently having spring training?
MLB.
And Sergio Ramos gets a nipple erection.
Oh, is that dirty?
This is not just a dream, it's a wet dream of orgasmic proportions.
Oh, is that dirty?
Frustration sets in and the emotion goes out, and then you just start playing by yourself.
Oh, is that dirty?
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Congratulations to Jerry. Hello. As he gets the job done and wins the gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Guys, those paninos at Italian Center Shop are great, but you need to take it to the cafe and actually get it grilled too. It's so good.
Oh, no, yeah.
Ooh, the grilling. I like the microwaving. I like microwaving stuff because it's quicker. Like
I've done the sandwich oven thing, but the microwave.
You've done both, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's the microwave's good.
Yeah,
45,
you don't mess
seconds.
around. This guy doesn't mess around.
Give it a little press.
Oh, real squishy. Real nice. All right, hit us up. 780-218-9999. Or smash the thumbs up this morning. We would love that. The list early. I'm just going to recap the list one more time, just in case you missed the list.
Fast one here.
Just a fast, quick list recap.
See if you can do 10 and 10.
10 in 10 seconds?
10-player list in 10 seconds.
Oh, easy. Bring up your phone. I easily do 10 players in 10
Let's
seconds.
go.
I could do 10 players in 7.5 seconds.
Oh, well, just let's. Okay, you ready?
Do I have to say the number too, or can I just list 10 players?
What do you want to do?
I feel like I have to say the number.
Okay, if that's what you want.
Okay, tell me how fast this is. Ready?
Okay,
wait. This is in order. I'm going to go 1 through 10, 1 down to 10.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait a second. Wait a
1, 2,
second.
3,
here.
go.
Wait a second here. 1 sec. Does anybody make a note here?
Who's got him over the 10? Who's got him under? 702189999.
This is the list. This is my top 10 trade deadline targets for the Edmonton Oilers as fast as we can. Here we go. And go. Number 1, Pavel Buchnevich. Number 2, Tyler Toffoli. Number 3, Jake Gensel. Number 4, Adam Henrique. Number 5, Alexander Carrier. Number 6, Tarasenko. Number 7, Sean Walker. I lost track.
Man.
Oh, I panicked.
You had 5 and 4 seconds.
What?
And around that Tarasenko time, it started to go off the rails for you. So you know what? You keep at it. By the end of the show, I'm sure you could hit your mark here of 10.
I want another run at it.
Sure,
right
yeah.
now.
Well, that's your first run. I mean, that's not bad. I would.
Man, damn. Sorry, Trav.
You started strong. That was a really strong start. I was like, he's for sure gonna.
Strong.
That's tough. There's some big names.
Well,
Buchnevich and Tarasenko.
Behind the scenes here, I had Marc-Andre Fleury on this list when I first printed it off last night. But now we've eliminated goaltenders because we don't believe that they're going to be in on a goalie. So I had to modify the numbers a little bit, and now it's kind of messed with me there. That's what happened. Let's try one more time.
Sure.
All right. Top 10 trade deadline targets as per yours truly on this, the first of charge. There you go. Number 1, Pavel Buchnevich. Number 2, Tyler Toffoli. Number 3, Jake Gensel. Number 4, Adam Henrique. Number 5, Alexander Carrier. Number 6, Vladimir Tarasenko. Number 7, Sean Walker. Number 8, Nick Dowd. Number 9, Scott Laughton. Number 10, Frankie Vatrano.
8.29.
Okay.
There it is. There it is. That's really
good.
That's
good.
I like how you threw in in there. You somehow there's
Yeah,
there's an in there.
Well, and you
You're
said number 1, number 2. You could have just said 1, 2, 3, and then the last name. I thought, but you
Am I
actually
saying number 1?
number this and then first and last. That's outstanding.
Did I say number 2?
And
Did I say
under
number
10.
3, number 4? Oh, let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
One more time. I'll cut
That was
down.
good.
Let's go. 1, Pavel Buchnevich. 2, that's what I'll do. So what was the old number? 8.92?
8 point something, yeah.
This is really good on like an F1 weekend, right? With speed and stuff.
Yes,
This is really good.
time
Here we go.
trials.
All right, one more time.
Yes.
I have to be 8.92. All right, here we go. 1, Pavel Buchnevich. 2, Tyler Toffoli. 3, Jake Gensel. 4, Adam Henrique. 5, Alexander Carrier. 6, Vladimir Tarasenko. 7, Sean Walker. 8, Nick Dowd. 9, Scott Laughton. 10, Frankie Vatrano.
6.68. That's a 2 seconds right there for
Oh, let's go.
Wow.
Woo! Give me the conch whistle.
But that's almost 2 players. Like you get the 5, 10 players in a 5 second, 6 second. That's 2 players per set there. Yeah. Not bad.
Buchnevich, Toffoli, Gensel, Henrique, Carrier, Tarasenko, Walker, Dowd, Laughton, and Vatrano in that order. If Ken Holland, I think Ken Holland has to get one of those guys. If he can somehow pull off 2, miracle deadline. We are a week away from the trade deadline. Big Maple Sports Car says, wait, Dusty, let's try that after a latte. Oh, man. I feel like I'm on the lattes today.
Yeah. Well, it's the charge. The power of charge compels
Having a
you.
chin strap has totally improved. I mean, I'm usually pretty happy anyway.
Where's Rip City Step here? I buy 1 piece of Amish furniture every charge. That's how he celebrates in his house.
That's a great way to
That's
celebrate.
what I was kind of looking for. Yeah, those offshoot celebrations.
TV Burkle says puking out Frankie Vatrano shouldn't count. Come on, please.
Puking out Frankie Vatrano.
People know that I said Frankie Vatrano. TV Burkle, why you do this to me?
And you didn't say Frank. You gave the Frankie the 2, right?
Why
You
would you-
added more time to it.
Why would you do that?
You could
to
have
me?
said Frankie. You'd been at under 5 probably.
TV Burkle, you're killing me. All right, question. Let's get into 3 questions.
Yes.
Do you have a liner for the segment today?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and Mitch Lewicki, where his idea is having a zip line from Edmonton all the way to Vancouver for Grey Cup. Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Man, he's a big thinker.
Not a fast zip line, but it'll get you there, right? You make a few stops along the way, kind of like the Rocky Mountaineer train. Like
How high? Somebody do the math on this. How high would you have to start to actually have a zip line take you from Edmonton to Vancouver?
going through
Remember,
that.
there's a lot of mountains in BC.
Yeah.
It's impossible. From a
Mitch.
physics perspective, unless you have a PhD, I don't think you can figure this
Park
thing out.
Mazda would find a way. They got you into a truck. They can get you to Vancouver on a zip line. Dealer for life. ParkMazda.ca.
Do you have a Twitter account?
At Lieutenant_Eric. Of course, #Charch. I've retweeted some from years past. I've also tweeted out a few new ones this year as well. I also retweeted one David Pagnotta at the 4th period. Tweets out about an hour ago. Edmonton's looking to add both on D and up front with Pavel Buchnevich. You may have heard him from number 1 on Dusty's top 10 list. Among their targets, he tweets. He goes on to add, money in means money out for the Oilers. You've heard that before.
It's not even necessary, though.
With CC, Fogle, and Kulak, the likely casualties.
You don't necessarily need to go money in, money out, though. You can get some retention. You're accruing a decent amount of cap space leading up to the cap space. So, yeah, that's interesting, though. Edmonton's looking to add. This is Hello Hockey's Hockey Insider.
Yep.
Which Navich among their targets. Do you think was this posted after the list? It says about an hour ago. This is posted right around the same time as the list.
An hour ago was 7:15ish, and you were doing the list at around 7.
Just saying.
Got timelines.
Money in means money out for the Oilers to some extent. But I don't necessarily know as it has to be like to a major extent. What to me is if it's a money in, money out deal, they got more things cooking.
Okay.
That's what it is. Because they can add without having to move money out to work here. So all right, give him a follow at Lieutenant_Eric and give him a follow at YouTube Trev. No, it's YouTube_Trev.
Yes, sir.
Capital Y, capital T, and then another capital T.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. YouTube_Trev. Let's get that guy some followers. Question number 1. Guys, I've already got a foursome ready to go. When does sign-up begin for the EST golf tournament? That's a Matty Iwanek question, really.
Yeah, I mentioned qualifying in the hangout yesterday, and he slapped me across the face.
Why?
Well, because he's like, you don't talk about it yet.
Yeah, we can't say anything just yet.
No, I don't know.
Matt's still working on
But the problem is much like the AM Nasty Bash in the summer, it's tough to get everybody. There will be a few people that won't be able to make, but that's why it's the first annual.
It's the inaugural. The inaugural.
There'll be one next year as well. But getting into this one, everybody wants to be on board for the first annual inaugural, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be...
Well, you got to make it a banger, and then everybody gets really fired up for the second one.
And, of course, the Nasty Club will get a precedence,
if you're
as
a Nasty Club member,
that's how that works.
For sure, there'll be a little bit of a window there for you to snag a spot prior to everybody else. But as of that moment, like, I don't even know technically when this is all... We've had some businesses reach out and say, hey, you know, I'd like to sponsor a hole and get a group and stuff like that. And we'll obviously have a few of those lined up. You can email us, business@edmontonsportstalk.com, if you want to partner with us a little bit on the golf tourney. Or if you just go to edmontonsportstalk.com, which I have loaded up here right now. It's a great website. We haven't talked about how awesome the website is lately.
Very easy to
If you go to edmontonsportstalk.com, you can click Listen Live. That'll take you to our online feed. And then you can click Watch Live, which takes you straight to the YouTube channel. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see Connect with Us. And you just fill that in there, and that comes directly to mine and Matt's email as well. So there's lots of ways to contact us.
You are playing unlicensed music, and you can't talk about the golf tournament that comes in from Bones.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Bones? Bones, you're ridiculous. Hey, boys, I need some advice. The EST golf tournament is one day after I get home from a 5-day boys golf trip in Cranbrook. How do I broach the subject with my wife when she would have been home alone for a 1.5-year with a 1.5-year-old? Sean, what I would say is
You extend the boys' trip.
Yes,
it's part 100%. Of the boys' trip. Yeah, she don't need to know the details.
This is the 6th day of the boys' trip. She doesn't need to know where you're staying.
No. Now we got snowed in, you can say, or something.
Yeah, you would never believe the storm that hit us in Cranbrook.
Dusty could probably come up with a top 10 list of reasons to finagle out of this one, right? It wouldn't be... We could probably get you there.
Man, if I keep dropping lists like this, the big board's going to come back. We got the old big board just sitting over there.
Sure do.
I don't even know how we do it in here.
It's pretty barren to me. But
we need a second camera or something to make that bad boy work. Anyway, more details eventually coming on how you could get a team in the golf tournament. Question number 2. Guys, is it time to leave Dylan Holloway in the top 6 for a little bit? I'm not opposed to that.
Sure.
I like Dylan Holloway. I know like the production hasn't hit there yet, but to me, he looks like a guy who's getting up to speed in the National Hockey League game. And once he can operate at that speed with not having to think about a lot of things, I think that's when the offense will come. So, I guess to answer this question, I would say, why not Dylan Holloway when you're rolling in Matthias Janmark and you're rolling in Corey Perry and you're rolling in Ryan McLeod and Warren Fogle? Like, why not Dylan Holloway for a little bit? So
he passes the eye test for sure. Like
he looks like he's
a lot more confident every single shift you see. He's doing nice plays. He's doing plays like that other players aren't really doing. He's carrying the puck. He doesn't really shy away from that. I'd like to see him for sure in the top 6. And you've kind of seen the Kane, Nugent Hopkins, and Holloway. They put that together and it's looked pretty good. Like it has looked pretty good. So I definitely would like to see them.
If you want to keep rolling McDavid and Draisaitl together here for a little bit, and Hyman has to be stapled next to Draisaitl until both of their contracts expire. Like, don't play him anywhere else. Play him with Connor McDavid. Dylan Holloway with Nugent and Kane. I think Holloway's a disruptor, and I think Kane and Nuge aren't necessarily disruptors. Kane can be when he's on. He hasn't been disrupting much as of late, but Dylan Holloway creates turnovers. Like there's some chaos that comes with this game a little bit, which I think would help those two guys. So yeah, I got some time. I got some time for Dylan Holloway in that bad boy. How about this one? Raj H is in on the Nasty Chat. Another advertising works message. Dusty, signed up my 1.5-year-old for sport ball. He will be coming to the golf tournament eventually. That's right? You get him in sports young. I think Marshall was about 2 when we started sport ball. I got one of the cutest pictures of Marshall and I at sport ball. I don't know who was more happy. We were both very happy.
Oh, he was.
And they just do things like this. I want to do them with Zach to come around the office, where you hold a ball out like this, and they just push it down to the ground, and you catch it again, and they go back down. Like this is how they get you in. This is how you're raising a young little Allen Iverson with sick handles, right? That's how it starts.
Marshall out at the EST Golf Classic. Will we get to see? Maybe he'll be out there. Maybe doing a.
Probably not this year.
No.
I think the family could pop by for a bit.
Why not?
So
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun. He'll eventually become a staple.
I like someone driving him around in the cart and visiting each group.
Yeah.
And just saying hi. Not stopping, but just giving a passing
The kids
wave.
are probably watching right now. I'll tell you right now, Marshall will probably be involved here someday, and Elizabeth won't because she just wants to do her own thing. Like, she'll just be like, no, sorry, thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go do this now.
Yeah, free spirit.
Yeah. Question number 3. Oh, thank you for this one. On Charge First. Means a lot. Which current athlete who doesn't have facial hair would you guys like to see with a chin strap?
New York Yankees.
You're going to baseball? You're going
Well,
I mean, what about the Oilers? I mean, there's got to be.
yeah.
Which Edmonton Oiler would you like to roll with the chin strap? And why is the answer Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? My God. The Nuge with just this straggly, patchy chin strap in the month of Charch.
You count the hairs. 31
That would be
hairs
amazing.
for Nuge's Charch, eh? Alex Verdugo had a great one for the Sox. Now he's had to shave it off, obviously going to New York.
Who else could you like to see with one?
Well, I mean,
they all look good.
Your boy
It doesn't matter.
Cream.
Oh, Cream Abdul-Jabbar could definitely.
Wouldn't that be something now? He
definitely
starts
have
to grow one during the month.
yeah.
We get to the madness and he's
Definitely
fully
have one.
strapped.
Did you get Noodles, Trev?
I just went to. Oh, there he is.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Sweet.
We're going to have Jamie McLennan pop on here. I don't know if Noodles ever had a chin strap. They are pretty cool, though.
I think we lead with the question.
Well, of course we lead with the question. But yeah, which athlete would you like to see have one that doesn't have one right now? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and we will get into those as we continue to work our way through the show. We've got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor Beer of the Week coming up. Jamie McLennan down in Calgary is hopping in to join us on the show today. As always, brought to you by great partners over at Pro-Am Sports. Kevin McClellan signing deadline is tomorrow. They do have signings with the Nuge and Dylan Holloway coming up. For more on that, check them out, www.proamsports.ca, or pop by and see the boys. St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave. Visit them in store there as well. Jamie McLennan, how was last night, Noodles? We were talking about it. I said it was that whole Goodwill Hunting moment where if you didn't join us this morning, I'd be proud of you because it meant you had a really good night.
I did have a good night, but I was responsible, put it that way. The biggest thing is I've got to save my voice because I actually have to speak on air or speak tomorrow in front of 20,000 people. I got in Wednesday night. I could not have done the show yesterday morning, but I will say today was good. I mean, lots of laughs, a couple beers. It was just ended up being a little later night than I wanted to be. But you can always catch up on sleep. But if you're hungover, that you chase it all day long. So it's but it was great. A lot of laughs. There was about I think 12 or 13 of us. I think the Flames are going to tweet out a picture of who was all there last night, and it was Gendla and Craig Conroy and Matt Stajan, Curtis Glencross.
Oh, the whole crew.
Robin Regier, yeah, Rhett Warner. It was really good. Really a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So it was good. And, of course, Kipper was there.
How big a deal is this down in Calgary right now for Kipper and the whole team?
It's massive. There's like a buzz about the city. Everywhere we went, you forget like the magnitude of how big of a legend Kipper was. That was the thing. So, he was known, but he's elusive. He's like, the mystery man because nobody has a relationship with him other than a few of us. And so it's been great. Everywhere we went, like the restaurant owner wants pictures. Walked into a bar last night. The bartender's like, you guys can stay. Kipper is just, as we're walking out, I heard the guy go, I just want to say thank you. It was a pleasure to watch you. And it was really cool. Like, I have this argument because I'm 100% biased, but I've always felt like he was on the cusp of a Hall of Fame career if he played a little bit longer. But then you can argue, what is the criteria? Well, for me, 2 criteria has always been, were you one of the best at your craft? And for Kipper, there was a few years there where he was known as the best goalie in the league, or arguably. And then secondly, were you a special player? Like the team's game plan around you. And that was the other thing Kipper was. So, again, didn't win a cup, but he won a Vezina, was known as one of the best goaltenders around, played 70 games, 7 years in a row, 70 plus games.
That's insane.
Insane. So, I'm biased, but I am banging that drum because people are like, well, he didn't play long enough. I'm like, well, Cam Neely had a shortened career because of a knee injury. Mika Kiprusoff had a shortened career because he just quit hockey one day and just disappeared. So, at the end of the day, it's not how they came about it. I look at their careers as very special.
Do we know yet if Calgary's going to bring back a grown-up who was the little kid that used to dress like Kipper at the time? Like that, they got to deliver that. That would be amazing.
Did the warm-ups and everything? Yeah.
Mini.
Yeah, where's that guy now?
Kipper. That guy. So he's like 45 years old right now. Like the kids and stuff. Like I will say this. I don't know if you guys remember. This is vintage Mika Kiprusoff, but he won the Vezina and didn't go to Vegas for the speech at night. He sent Daryl Sutter, and they sent Mini Kipper, like little Kipper.
Did they? I don't even remember that. Yeah.
And so I was worried that Kipper wasn't getting on the plane because initially when I talked to him, he goes, "Oh, I'm just going to send Mini Kipper for the jersey to go up." And I'm like, I think the kid's like 35 now, Kipper. Like he's not Mini anymore. So he is. My understanding is he is involved. He's like a mask painter or something. So he's painted some vintage masks for, and so he will be around. I don't know if I take a shot at him in my speech or not, but either way, it's he will be part of the festivities somewhere. I don't know if he'll be dressed up with a orange beard and that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Shout out to that guy for living his dream. Like the guy who used to dress up as Kiprusoff is now painting goalie masks. Like, congratulations, you've done it.
Yeah,
that's extremely well done. Extremely well done. Noodles, since we had you on Wednesday, there's been two defensemen traded in the National Hockey League, Tanev and then Lyubushkin last night. We went over a list of guys who would be available here that we might look at from an Edmonton Oilers perspective. And as I was putting that list together last night, I'm not surprised defensemen are moving right now because there's not many that are going to be available.
No, I would love to see like a Brett Pesce.
Boy,
he's unrestricted, and that's shooting for the stars. And it's got to be money in, money out, all of that type of stuff. I look at Edmonton's team, and I think they're close, but what I like to see an upgrade in Cody Ceci's spot, just, to help that basically would push people down, move them around a little bit, just add another body that can defend and I know the two of them are taking some heat right now, but that Nurse and Ceci pairing have kind of been on the wrong side of some stuff recently. And they're, I know they've won the last couple games and they've been great, but I'm looking big picture, and I'm sure the fan base is thinking the same way. But it wouldn't surprise me if they find somebody. They do definitely need. I think they need. I would love on a wish list. I would love a top 4 right shot defenseman, but I think there's so many teams that are looking for that too. But I was scouring the league yesterday. There's William Carrier, which I think he's a nice player. I watched him live on in Nashville the other night.
Alexander Carrier. Right?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
William.
We had people today I'm just bringing it up because on YouTube today, people are like, he's a forward in Vegas. I said, no, we're talking about the defenseman in Nashville.
Yeah.
There's him and Sean Walker. Like, would those be two guys that you put on the radar? Or?
Yeah. My only thing is, you hear this saying, it depends on where they slot, is Vegas won last year having trees on the back end, big, long, rangy D. Those players might be more termed as shrubs because they're 5'11", 6
smaller
feet
guys
type of thing. So, do you want that? If you believe that one of them's an upgrade on puck moving and defending and being strong, like I don't know if there's anybody who's 6'5", 6'4", basically a stronger, like a better Desharnais, basically. You know what I mean? Like who could play in that top 4. But, that's what Kenny's job is through the league. There might be somebody that a team that decides a Buffalo that we're selling and we're moving out one of the players or, that type of stuff. You're not just looking at the San Jose's and Arizona's and stuff. You got to be looking at a team that would be willing to deal here near the deadline, like a Washington or Pittsburgh or something like that, and see if anybody's available out of there. Maybe they make the decision to move on from some players closer to the deadline.
Noodles, I'm sure we've discussed his name in the past here, but Pavel Buchnevich continues to pop up. He had a goal in his audition game, shall we say, the other night here in Edmonton in the Oilers' 3-2 overtime win. Your thoughts on him? I know that you mentioned defense, but your thoughts on Pavel Buchnevich? Mentioned this morning, David Pagnotta had a tweet, Edmonton looking at both on D and up front, and he specifically names Buchnevich. So how far would you go with that one and the likelihood of that coming true prior to the deadline?
Well, you do need to add another top six if you want to get greedy and try and, continue to, add to the depth of those positions. Buchnevich is a big, strong guy. I'm drawing a blank on the left shot. He ended up in Detroit this year. He's Russian. God, what's his name? He played for the Oilers last year.
Costin. Clean Costin. Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah. So, you need somebody like that, can play a little higher in the lineup. Buchnevich can do that. He's skilled. He's big. He has a little bit of bite to his game. I would say, he's a fighter or anything, but he has some bite, and that's what you're going to need in the playoffs. So, definitely, if you could get him, absolutely, because it does add, to your group, and it might slot some guys a little bit differently. And I like the fact I'm more, this might sound like a dinosaur move, but I want size. Size is, I think, really important. You're seeing teams like Vegas is a big team. The Rangers have some size. Some of the top tier teams, Boston plays a bigger game, even though, Marchand's a smaller guy and some of their top guys aren't extremely physical. But everybody else that plug and plays there in Boston, they play a certain way. I watched Florida live the other day. Man, they are a handful. They play for keeps. And, they're big and they've got some bite. And so I would like to add that. But Buchnevich would be a really nice add.
I did see, people are asking about his no trade clause. I thought I saw something last night that if he was going to be going to a contender, it'd be something that he'd be willing to kind of try to make work. So that's good news. Noodles, before I let you go, we got to get to the Maple Leafs getting Lyubushkin. They were in on Tanev, couldn't land him. Obviously, they felt the need to grab another defenseman. I know he's not a big time needle mover, but what was I guess you're in Calgary, but I'm sure you've seen some of the reaction from Toronto. What are people saying?
I think the reaction is they feel like they needed a right shot defenseman that could maybe kiss up and play in a top four, but definitely in a fifth, sixth pairing. Because if you look at it, if it's Riley and Brody and McCabe and Liljegren, and if Liljegren you don't feel is a top four, maybe Lyubushkin pushes up and Liljegren pushes down. Yeah. But it gives you a little bit more cleaner pairings. They've got this Benoit kid. I wouldn't say kid, but he's a veteran guy, Simon Benoit. He's played hard. Connor Timmins has been in and out of the lineup and hurt. So they do need depth in that position and a little bit more bite. Lyubushkin is physical. The only thing I would say is he's heavy-footed, so he might get exposed in certain areas where if you're asking him to play a little bit higher than his punching weight, that's where he can get exposed. But as far as what they paid for him, I mean, it was pennies on the dollar. When you run it through another team, it looks like he's making like $800,000 or something by the time he gets to the Leafs. So it's a good value, I think, add for Tree. But if he was more after the Tanevs and guys like that, you come up short because Tanev would be a lot bigger upgrade. And I think the Leafs need that. If you look at their D, a lot of people are saying, well, that's not a Stanley Cup winning D. And I think Giordano got hurt last night. That didn't look good, that collision into the board. So, there's lots of work to be done there for Tree if he wants to get them over the hump.
Noodles, appreciate you stepping in today. Good luck with the speech and everything, and we'll catch up next week.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, guys.
There you go. That's Jamie McLennan. Absolute beauty. That's why he's on the beauty list. He slides in today. And once again, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. I want to get all of our, Cass, Gager, Noodles, MJ, all these guys who played for, one big signing at Pro-Am. Belsey,
the signing.
That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun. I think I'd do all right.
Get them all in the picture, frame that.
Yeah. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up in the nasty chat as well. Paris Jewelers inbox. We'll get you in there. It's going to be a fun week. If you are watching or you are listening right now, just know that we will have full deadline day coverage right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. It'll be extended past when we usually wrap our live coverage at 1 o'clock. We will be continuing into the afternoon, post-deadline, giving you all the breakdowns and reactions. And, the one thing that I guess, it happens all the time, but with the Oilers being in the cap situation they're at, where they will have some wiggle room prior to the deadline, but you've seen 2 trades this week. Both trades ended up coming with the player being 75% retained somewhere, right? 50% with the main club, 25% with the next team. You're getting these guys at a 25% clip if you're willing to part with a 4th, 5th round pick to cover some of the salary. So,
which, as we've learned,
as
can be
I
some
said
diamonds
earlier,
in the rough.
Take all the 4th and 5th round picks.
Ooh.
Screw the diamonds in the rough. Right? You get a diamond in the rough. How many other things are just duds in the rough? Right? What about all those guys?
This is like the crack pack game as well.
It's always a risk.
It's always a risk.
It's always a risk. You're just playing the odds. So Ken Holland should be able to, or Jackson, or the combination of all of them, or Paul Coffey, or whoever, they should be able to find some retention along the way and get some of these deals done. And as I said earlier, the top 10 guys on my trade target list, they have to deliver one of these guys. Buchnevich, number 1. Toffoli, number 2. Toffoli's still a little bit of wishful thinking because I'm not sure he's actually going to move.
Pie in the sky, maybe.
Jake Gensel, number 3. Adam Henrique, number 4. Alexander Carrier on the back end, number 5. Tarasenko, number 6. Sean Walker, number 7. Nick Dowd, Scott Lawton, and Frank Vetrano. And I don't even care if it's just Nick Dowd. Like, if that's what ends up happening, I would view it as a little bit of a ball dropping from Oilers management. But even if you get a Nick Dowd, at least you got somebody on the list. At least you got in play a little bit.
It scratches a few itches there, I guess.
What did David Pagnotta say? What was his thing? They're in the mix for a forward and a defenseman.
Tweeting out
They're
just
targeting
after
Buchnevich.
Just after you released your
right
list.
after the list.
Pagnotta says Edmonton looking at both on D and up front. Pavel Buchnevich mentioned. Money in means money out, he says. CC, Fogle, Kulak, the likely casualties, to paraphrase the tweet.
Which isn't surprising. But I like Fogle in the bottom 6. If they bring in Buchnevich, you want him in the top 6, and then you want Fogle in your bottom 6. Because if not, the bottom 6 just stays the same, and you're not improving it by knocking some guys down the depth chart. I think Tarasenko might be available, like at an affordable. Has anybody seen the asking price anywhere? Like Bruce Garriock or anybody? Has anybody had the asking price on Tarasenko?
Gavis Con says Tarasenko is the only decent trade.
I don't know if I'd say it's the only decent trade, but I think Tarasenko would be a nice pickup, Gavis Con. I think that'd be a pretty good pickup. Penner's Pancakes is drooling. Hyman and Toffoli is the 1-2.
It's kind of interesting because with a player like Tarasenko, I think you give more, right? Like you'd have to probably give maybe Fogle in the first or something like that, maybe even more. But like just looking at the season or like the stats, I didn't even have in mind Frankie Vetrano, but he's 2 goals back on Leon Draisaitl right now, 27 goals, and
he's a shooter, man.
He is a shooter. He's having a career year right now, and he has more points than the likes of Vladimir Tarasenko. So I think you might be able to get. Just because of the name, right? Vladimir Tarasenko, he's a former 40-goal scorer. You're probably having to chip in quite a bit more for a player like him than you would Frankie Vetrano.
Vetrano also has a year left on his deal, so you get him for next year. So that's my short-term term. I want that short-term term. Then you don't have to worry about spending the significant asset to get another forward next year. This is a guy who can skate through the neutral zone without the puck. You got other guys who can transport the puck. You get to Vetrano, he shoots. He's a one-shot scorer. The Oilers don't have a lot of one-shot scorers. They got a lot of great guys. Some people say Kane can be a one-shot scorer. I'm not sure he's as much of a one-shot scorer since the wrist injury as he was prior to. Maybe I have him too low on the list. A list that is deemed by many to be a pretty good list. So yes. Vetrano's on there. Gord Marner's in it, says Vetrano with a little retention is the play. Tarasenko ain't costing a first, is he? I'd think a second plus. Yeah, I would think a second. I don't think you have to give up a first for Tarasenko. I think it's probably the value of a second. Machine Gun Yanmark is in on the nasty chat and says, it's suspicious to me that Vetrano hasn't had any rumors to Edmonton. Another American.
Well, and then talking about Ducks, the Henrique thing is it's more loud than the Frankie Vetrano. And maybe, he's 10 on your list? After YouTube Shrev's points in our little discussion here, I would maybe place him a little higher. Do we get a re-ranking of this list sometime next week or something? Like, are you going to redo things?
Wednesday, maybe?
Much like the trade bait board? Like, do we revisit something?
2 days prior to the deadline?
We can do another time trial.
Morning of the deadline for sure.
Well, yeah.
Full deadline day coverage. Grant is in and says, boys, would you entertain trading Kane and looking to add the grit on the bottom 6? I would not have Kane on a no-trade list. Like, if there was a deal to be done,
phone's on.
He can't be untouchable. So, it would have to depend on the deal. You'd have to get a pretty elite top 6 forward in there. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Guys, LeBron was speculating, and we discussed this in the 6 o'clock hour today during the morning announcements, for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. If any other FM stations would like to advertise on our little sports program here, feel free to reach out. LeBron speculating that an Oilers Tanev deal was turned down because Calgary didn't want to take back Ceci. But if you were the Oil, wouldn't you just do the deal for the first without sending Ceci? At the 1.25 Dallas ended up paying Tanev, Oil could have still fit that in and had huge depth. Yeah, we would have had to add, the Oilers would have had to add something else. Well, would they? It's almost like take CC back. How much value does CC have in that deal? You have to go through a couple different ways and kind of run some retention scenarios by you. This text in for the first time from somebody. I love this. Hey, guys, love the show. If the Oilers trade a D-man, does that open the door for Broberg coming back up if they don't get a D-man back in return for another trade? Yeah, I think the door's open for Broberg to be back up here by playoffs anyway. Did you see that video that Holt, the play-by-play man at Bakersfield, put
Ryan
up?
Holt? What is he?
Broberg was doing so many quick backwards crossovers.
Of the skating?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't think it means anything really in the NHL, but man, was that impressive. Like for a bunch of guys who can't stand up, where I was like, wow, this is impressive. His knee bend was terrific. $780-218-9999. All right. We got Sobeys and Safeway Liquor beer of the week coming up. We've got the wrap coming up for William Huff. Are we ready to make the transition to beer of the week? Should we have a drink to talk about this? We've got just over 7 days until the actual trade deadline. We are a week away. So we are going to be hot and heavy on the trade deadline next week. So make sure you make plans to join us then. And might also have a little something to give away to you next week as well for the next few weeks. So more details on that on Monday morning. But let's get in here. Let's where's our beer of the week song? Where is it here? The heck? Let me find it. Beer of the week. Here we go. Minute and 16 seconds. Go.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor beer of the week on the Nielsen Show, only on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Alrighty, Sobeys and Safeway Liquor beer of the week. We're going to give you a chance to win a gift certificate to Sobeys and Safeway Liquor coming up. This segment itself, just the segment, posted every single week on our YouTube page and on its own podcast platform, on all of your podcasting platforms, just for Sobeys and Safeway Liquor beer of the week. Scott, sorry to interrupt your thrilling soccer conversation out there.
No, it was great. We were talking a little Canada, little goaltending for Canada.
Oof.
You know, there's lots of good going on. The different cups, various cups that are ongoing, and that
don't even get me started on the cups.
Lots of cups.
Don't even get me started on the cups. My goodness.
We didn't even touch on Rangers being top of the league.
You didn't?
No, we didn't. We didn't even get that far. You interrupted us with actual show programming.
We have to do the show now, I guess. You can talk with Maddie after on that.
Just trying to convince Maddie to have a soccer pod with Eric. That was the real.
Well, it's got to happen at some point.
Well, with you as guest number one, I would say.
It's got to happen. You guys.
Can we guarantee one view and or download a week from you?
And a thumbs up.
And a thumbs up.
And a thumbs up.
Over 0.5, yeah.
When they were threatening Soccer Talk yesterday, and we said you probably didn't put a thumbs up.
No, I didn't. I took mine away.
Oh my god!
I took it away. I put it back after though.
Did you consider at all shaving in a chin strap for today?
I many years I've considered shaving in the chin strap.
Did you ever have one?
No,
really?
lots of goatees, lots of
the
long.
Goatee. Oh, did you have the long goatee?
Yeah. It was the Anthrax bassist, can't remember his name, but
Scotty Ian.
Yeah. So really
that little man, Haji must have made so much fun of you back then.
Yeah. You know when I first it was already cut by then when he started, but my old boss when I got hired for Sobeys, he said, "You're hired, but." You got to take all that shit out of your face and shave your beard.
Yeah.
So I did, and look at me now.
What do you have in your face?
I had earrings and I had an eyebrow ring. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a little. We've all got things.
Yeah.
I mean, you please find a photograph.
I basically looked the same way for 42 years.
Yeah. No, I had long hair. I lost my hair in a bet. I had long hair, and I bet it and lost it, and then I met my wife, and she's like, "If you had long hair, it wouldn't have happened." Wow! So it all happens for a reason.
Was the bet clean? Like, can you tell us about the bet, or was the?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I didn't think so. After hearing how you looked, I'm like, I bet you that bet can't be said on the air.
No, for sure not.
Okay. Anyway, if you want to guess what the bet was, hit us up in the nasty chatter at 780-218-9999. I got F1 qualifying on the F1 TV app. That's a good. Beautiful.
Nothing beats F1 coverage.
No, it's unbelievable.
It's the behind. There is no curtain.
It's like they're operating 20 years from now.
Yeah.
It's like 2040
Just
already.
give me the grid walk.
World.
Yeah.
Just give me that grid walk.
It's
you
so
can't
good.
even get a grid walk in other sports, really.
No.
Well, right.
The
access, the unfettered access to celebrities and the people on the track doing the.
And what always blows my mind is like infinite access, but it's also like the most high end and expensive of the sports. But they're like, go ahead, just walk down there and talk to everybody. It's crazy. All right, what are we trying today? What do we got?
Okay, we've got something new. We've got I love it when we get a brewery we've never had before, and so we're going Rival Trade Brewing.
Okay.
These guys are at a Rocky Mountain House. So we've got 4 different beers from them.
They have a LeBron James beer? Amazing.
The GOAT.
It's called the GOAT.
I was wondering how long it would take for us to get to that.
Right away. It's just like there's a goat over there.
It's a great logo. It's a great logo.
It is. That goat looks
cool.
The
logo's fantastic. So we're going to try 4 different ones. We've got a Lobstick Hazy Pale. We got a local barley English Pale Ale. So they obviously partner with the grower, and they do a different one every year, so which is really cool. We got the GOAT, which is a Munich Helles Lager, and then the beer of the week is the Trapper Orange Cream Ale, $13.99, save $3. Wide variety of styles here.
The cream ale in honor of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who
have you seen,
what a great
guy?
I've seen that guy.
What a great handle.
Oh,
Cream.
I hope he's awesome.
Oh yeah, he dropped like 35, 7, and 8 last night or whatever.
Okay, so he is awesome.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
To carry off that nickname.
He's a big boy that doesn't look like he has a ton of athleticism, and he moves in slow mo.
Perfect.
He's like Jokic when he was 17. Type of thing, you know?
Perfect. I saw an interview with Iverson. He said Jokic is just the freak because he doesn't care how fast he moves. He doesn't care. It doesn't matter.
You guys can be frustrating defending that guy when he basically just is in a light jog the entire game and still can't stop him.
Can't stop him. Yeah. It was a great article. Great interview. Okay, so let's and we also have Devin. I saw someone asking about Devin was gonna.
Yes.
We are open.
Okay.
We're open, 6 o'clock or lager. If you're in Devon, you're like, I can't get it. You got it now. Grand opening's coming, but we are open right now.
Okay, so it is open, but the grand opening hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
I'm always curious about that.
Soft opening.
Yeah, it's a soft opening. Are soft openings worth it, do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's good because you can kind of work out some of the kinks.
Good point.
You know, you can, if we try and open as soon as we can, and sometimes, marketing takes 6 weeks for us to get flyers in place. So we always kind of build in a couple extra weeks so the flyer's ready to go. So we're not, crunched there at the end, trying to cram in. So yeah, soft opening works really good for us. Okay, so let's start off here with the lobstick.
It's a nice golden
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is nice.
Beautiful pour. I didn't know what lobstick meant. Before.
Can we guess?
Stated
Sure.
the lobstick ones.
Does that have something to do with the woods?
It does.
Is it a stick you throw to see if there's an animal nearby who's going to kill you?
No, it's not.
I just thought
it was a
maybe.
great guess, though.
Thanks, man.
It's a great guess. So it's how they cut the tree. So the lobstick, you can see on the can, they cut the bottoms of the tree so that the tops have all the branches, and they would use that to mark trap lines or areas of significance that people could find.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. So I
cool name though for a beer.
Lobstick Hazy Pale. Yeah, and I guess there was a golf course that Fergie was talking about, Lobstick Golf Course.
There's a hotel in Jasper as well, the Lobstick or whatever.
Lobstick
not
Lodge?
not a bad lodge. Yeah, to stay at.
So anyway, kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a Hazy Pale, 5.3%. You're gonna get citrusy, hoppy, full-bodied. Smells awesome.
I'm really looking forward to trying this.
Yeah, rival trade.
Let's go cheers in honor of Church first. Chinstrap Awareness Month. Help us end the stigma today by growing out a beautiful chin strap like mine.
Yum.
Oh, wow. That's even better than I thought.
Really, really good.
There's an interesting finish on this.
Yes.
What is it? Right at the end there.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's back of my tongue. Back of my tongue.
It's the citrusy piece of it.
It's a refreshing.
It is. It's not grapefruit. I wouldn't say.
No,
I don't have it in my notes.
There's something there though.
There's
right?
definitely something there. It's almost a maybe a little bit of not floral's not the right word either. But there's certainly a really kind of a really nice finish. Really nice, clean finish.
It makes it
really
better.
good
I
beer.
like it.
Really good beer. So let's go local barley next. So this is 4.9% malty hoppy. True. This is kind of, again, they rotate through every year with a different farmer. The farmer they've used this one's been around for I think it's 1959. I think I read. Yeah, been around a long time. So that they partner with them, get local ingredients. The best.
I mean, we have rotation of the farmers. That's pretty cool.
Neat.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's such a. I mean, we have the best ingredients.
You get everybody involved, at one
right
point.
outside your door. These are they're community operations, right? These breweries don't last without you're really studying that one.
Well, this one it's not as bubbly as the last one.
Well, they'll do that, right? So they'll carbonate beers depending on styles of beer, different levels. But yeah, you can even the color's different on that one. So yeah, we're gonna get kind of really bold malt with this beer, this local barley English pale ale. So which you normally do.
A cheers to the Formula One circuit firing back up.
Lights
in
out.
Bahrain. Yeah, lights out to everyone. Tommy Gazzola.
Gazzola. So very different beer. So I mean, if you were just to look on the can, you think, okay, hazy pale, English pale, they're going to be very similar. They're not. They're very different. They're very different beers.
No tickle at the end either with this one, as opposed to the first one. It's just goes in, goes down, straight as it can be. Same taste, same feel.
Same feel. A little maltier.
It's definitely maltier. Yeah,
definitely maltier. Going to have a little different flavor to it, but it just shows the variety that just because the name on the can doesn't necessarily always describe the flavors of the beer, right? So let's go with the goat. This is the Munich Helles Lager.
Why is it the goat, Dusty?
Why am I the goat, Dusty? I was going to say we cheers LeBron, but we probably got cheers Bob the goat. I mean,
very fit.
Yes.
Makes
Good
sense.
Call.
Record holder for, I might even have that clip.
I
might even
the
have
unfinished portrait of Renee
I
going.
even have that clip on here. So here, our Bob Goat. Let's see if I bang this out here.
Why am I a goat, Dustin?
Why am I a goat, Dustin?
Why am I a goat,
Rest in
Dustin?
peace, Bob the Goat.
Bob the Goat. So yes, this is going to be again crisp lager, finishing with just a little bit of hoppiness to it. Just throw back to the goat, the Munich Helles Lager, just a really good German style beer.
All right, well, cheers to the goat. Bob the Goat.
Bob the Goat.
Rest in peace, my
Bobby.
man. We miss you.
Really, really good.
Ooh.
All these beers. And I know people are like, Scott always says the beers are great. I mean, they are always good.
They're good beers.
Because we always pick good beers. These ones are really, really nice. And it's, again.
What's this, a Munich Helles Lager?
Yeah, so it's a German style.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, German style.
Finish to that too. A bit of a little something.
Man, I
different.
don't know
Not
which
as
one I
fast
like
as the
best
first
yet.
one,
I know. I think it's
like
that kind of that hoppiness, that maltiness that they're using to kind of finish it through. That you're getting at the back end. I know they're all really good, and I had never tasted them before. This is the orange cream ale. So this is the beer of the week.
Okay. Oh, this is the beer of the week.
This is the beer of the week. So the orange cream.
What's the deal on this bad boy?
This one is $13.99
for the big 4-pack.
For the big 4-pack, yeah, save $3 off this bad boy. 4.8%. So this is kind of again that light, really clear. They use orange zest in this one, so you're really gonna smell it and you're gonna taste the orange in this coming full on.
Oh,
not like the a tangerine beer we've had in the past. It's still a beer with just orange finishing, orange aroma.
It's weird the cream.
Yeah.
But it's not like an orange tropical orange.
Nope.
But it's like a
cream,
fuller body
it's a
orange.
creamsicle. It's like a really light creamsicle.
Yeah, but there's no orange tinge to it at all.
No. It's still we're not going
orange crush. You get
I just like
iron brew, if you will.
Yeah, so good. That's like the best hangover drink in the world.
You mentioned that to a Scotsman.
Yeah,
it's
the best drink in the world. I'm just gonna say it.
Have
you had Iron Brew?
Iron Brew?
No, I don't think so.
We'll have to get him a can.
Yeah, I'll bring some.
I'd love to see him taste.
I'll bring
some. Get me a keg?
A can.
Oh, a can. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wow.
Can Iron Brew. It's a Scottish pop.
You said this. It smells a little like creamsicle.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I tasted it yesterday.
Well, then shall we cheers to Cream Abdul-Jabbar?
So good.
Go on Twitter, search Cream Abdul-Jabbar. You're gonna love it. I want his jersey.
Now taste that. Now you can really kind of taste it.
Whoa!
Right?
Whoa! What is this?
Okay, taste it again.
Candy in a can.
That's one of the biggest. Like from how it looked to how it tasted. It's one of the most shocking beers we've had here. I think it tasted like it smells. I guess, but
yeah.
But my goodness.
But usually you don't get that full mouth feel of the cream and the orange. Like it really is creamsicle.
Never had a beer that like creamy with that orange flavor behind it as well.
Orange zest.
That's something else.
Just a really, really good one.
Greg in the Nasty Chat says we're 16 likes away to get to 250. So let's get those 16 likes. Well, cheers to the 16 likes that are gonna take us up to 250 today. Did you already drink it, or did you not pour this guy more?
Delicious.
What
is this about? I already had my.
You can't cheers an empty glass. There's got to be rules around that, right?
I'm excited to do this again. It's a real eye opener.
It's delicious.
And for $13.99.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really good beer.
Wow.
These are.
I will say I don't think I could drink like 6 of those.
Nope.
But I could have 2 of those.
Yeah.
And then go on to
It's a
something
beer
else.
you can swish around your mouth.
Yeah. There's lots
you
going
don't
on.
want it to leave.
There's lots going on, and it's gonna be better when you pour it into a cup, big glass, let it pour, let it breathe. But yeah, have a couple of those, and then I feel like for me, it's the lobstick that I really go to next. I really like the lobstick. It's gonna be something that's gonna be in the fridge. I think for me.
I think lobstick. I think I go lobstick, goat.
Yep.
And that's tough between these two. Between those two. Yeah, they're so different.
Yeah.
But I like them both.
Yeah.
But yeah, lobstick goat.
Really, really good. So yeah, $13.99. We do have. I got to mention too the Chris Pronger thing is back happening again.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
So he's coming back in on Monday into our stores. Newcastle 2 to 3, which is 168, 31, 127th Street, and then Shore Park Mall on Monday 4 to 5. It's right in the Shore Park Mall, Shore Drive.
And,
so he'll come in, buy bottles, get a bottle signed.
You get
Sean
that on social and stuff too.
Yeah,
okay.
we'll put it all out there today.
Okay.
Sean and Chris will both be in store signing bottles. So yeah, something kind of cool.
That'd be good. Yeah.
Stampside, he's a big man.
He's a big guy.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into. Hey, right now, text in Beer Me. Just text Beer Me to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Fire us a Beer Me over here, and you will go in the mix for $50 gift certificate from Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. All right, 780-218-9999. Text in Beer Me. If you're watching on YouTube, fire over a text as well.
252.
Beer Me. 252
on the...
252, we made it. Beautiful. That's great. Whistle conch for 250. That's nice. Right, that sends it right. Travis sends the algorithm out to more people and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there we go. So hammer the thumbs up whenever you're watching. Let's get into the rap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, right, Scott? Thank you. You're welcome. Get it done at William Huff. They've been doing it since 1972. WilliamHuff.com. It's stop having a horrible business front. Like just go out and make it nice. And Bruce and his team over there at William Huff will help you out. www.williamhuff.com. What did we learn on the show today? Scott, you learned anything today? Chime in.
I learned. I didn't notice the golf tournament a whole lot yesterday, so I'm learning more about the golf tournament. So
you got to be there.
Yeah, I'm on holidays.
What?
I'm looking to change the plans. No,
where are you going? Where are you going? Hawaii or something? Or
Greece?
What?
Yeah, Greece and Scotland.
You guys travel a
Greece
lot,
and Scotland. Greece and Scotland.
Greece and Scotland.
Little combined trip. Yeah.
So you are going to go to Greece and Scotland instead of coming to the tournament.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable,
I know.
this guy.
I know.
You
I got to
think-
get my priorities right.
You think you know somebody, and then they book a
I
family
know.
vacation to Greece and Scotland
I
during the
know.
tournament.
Mr. Gallipo on the
Tommy
line here,
Gazzola
right?
is just Tommy Gazzola is just
I
shaking his
know.
head here.
I know.
Disappointed.
I'm disappointed. I know. I'm.
So it's like, are we gonna get stuck with Haji then?
Probably.
I wouldn't mind seeing that old bastard.
Gallipo. He's earned his time.
Eric, what'd you learn on the show today?
The NFL has raised its salary cap by a record $30 million per team.
30 mil.
30 mil.
Yeah, this was rumored
Stick
last
that in
week.
your
We talked
pipe
about
and
the lock
smoke
shot.
it, yeah.
30 mil.
Yeah.
Their salary cap goes up by 30 million in 1 year.
A paltry sum.
The NFL is a monster. It is a monster. I learned that my confidence level, it's pretty high with a chin strap.
Should be.
Thanks, man.
You've grown a couple inches, I
The
think,
energy
during
on
the
the show today has been good. Trev said right away, he goes, your face can pull it off. Like he was, yeah, it's a good.
I thought today would be the day I come in and the mustache is gone and Charch is in full
He's not
effect.
ready to do it. He's talking about maybe getting rid of the stash, but
It's happening next week.
what?
It
Full
has to
charge.
happen. Yeah,
Full
yeah,
charge.
yeah. I think I'm gonna go full charge.
You do
full charge.
If you grow a chin strap here, you're
Legend.
gonna get a 2-year contract extension.
Legend.
Like it's that simple.
Hey, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
He's gonna do it. Let's get to your sound of the day today. Of course, there's only one place we can go for a sound of the day today, and that would be to the Charch anthem.
Somebody once told me that I had got to grow the facial hair that make me look fine. He was looking super cool, the ladies, man, how they drool at the shape of a U on his jawline. Well, you look amazing cause you just stopped shaving. The chicks line up so you're always dating. Doesn't make sense to have a full beard. You think it looks cool but it just looks weird. So much to do, so much to win. So grow it ear to ear around your chin. You'll never know if it will grow. So don't shave and just let it go. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charch. It's a cool look, and as you get older, your chin stays warm and your life gets bolder. Hashtag Charch if you're on Twitter. Nelson had a chin strap in his wedding pictures. If you want, you shave it pretty thin. People use their eyes to be staring at your chin. My strap's straight fire, how about yours? You're just so popular you never get bored. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Get that hair on your face. Hey now, grow a chin strap. Coolest dude in the place. And now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charch.
Oh, yes. Now that we are in March, let's all come together and celebrate Charch. Goal Songs brought to you by our great partners over at Sport Ball. Summer programming is now available. Go in and find a way to get rid of your kids for at least a week in the summer. www.sportball.ca. We put our kids in camps in the summer, and it made us sad. We're like, why are we putting we only get like 2 months with
I
our
know.
kids? So I don't think we really do too many summer camps anymore. Like,
No, I feel now it's like I just want to hang out with them. Like,
Yes.
they're fun.
There'll never be this
I
age
know.
again, right?
No,
So you kinda,
yeah, we
my
do
daughter-
it like in the summer. Tam and I will drop off the kids, and we'll sit there and
Now
be
what are
like,
we gonna do?
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, I guess if camps are fun for kids, which the sport ball camps are, they have a good time.
Yeah.
But as a parent, I'm like, this sucks. I want
Yeah.
my kids to be around me.
I'm
Like,
with you. Mine are 17, 14, and it's super fun.
So they're good to
yeah,
they're nice to hang out with.
like.
All right, let's get to the text of the day today, and it comes in from JCD780 over on the Nasty Chat. J Style is his text handle, Rick. He's going to win a $25 gift certificate to A&W Spicy Piri Piri Buddy Burgers. They are out. They are available, limited time only. Hit up the drive-thru at A&W. Tell your buddies, $3.99 for the Spicy Piri Piri Buddy. You can get it on a hash brown patty, beef patty, chicken patty, so many different patties. At
Buddy.
A&W. They got.
Buddy.
It's a patty farm over there. Phrase is the Anthony Kim of Edmonton sports media.
That was
right. That's a deep pull.
That tossed
Anthony
me.
Kim was a golfer who went away for like 10 years and came back, and that's what Phrase is doing right now. I also think Anthony Kim was like 17 over or something yesterday, so not great.
Well, that's
but
Phrase,
he's on the live tour, and nobody saw it, so it doesn't matter. F1 qualifying is going on right now. We got the first qualifying session of the year right now, boys, and they're on hot laps. Charles Leclerc signs on a hot lap right now.
We got to get to that big TV.
Maddie, do you got F1 TV going on the TV out there?
Is she running?
Okay, yeah, they're running qualifying right now?
It's also on my laptop during the hangout.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm watching it on my phone right now. Let's go Ferrari. We're Ferrari station now, right? We've decided we're
fair.
Yeah. Yeah, Viva Italia. That's right. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good.
All right, the Hangout's coming up. It is Tommy, it is Matt, it is Glue Guy, and it is Zacticum for the first hour and YouTube Trev for the second hour. The next generation getting in on the Hangout today. That's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of fun as well. Hey, thanks for all the thumbs up today. That was really nice. I'll be back at the Lock Shop coming up at 11 o'clock today. We will have the old stream of myself and Tommy at noon right here. We are a week away from trade deadline day here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Extended coverage next Friday, so make sure you make plans to join us. Then for YouTube Trev and Lieutenant Eric and Scott Laurie, I am Dustin Nielson saying thank you very much for watching. Tell your friends about EST and take it easy.